man, it's been since daylight savings times, bro. It's been chaos on my body. Normally, I do well with when we fall back.
Uh-huh.
I have not done well this time, man.
Okay, so let's. Okay, I don't know if this is just the internet's backwards, if this is a Mandela effect, but like, what is this like time we're in right now? Is this daylight savings or is this standard?
This is this not daylight savings times? Is this not DST? All right, hold on.
No, before you hit Google, what's your
bring forward, fall back?
I believe we are in daylight savings time right now.
Okay.
I have not looked it up now.
Okay. Now, Delvin, what do you say?
I agree with T.
Okay, because all over like the internet, they're like, oh, now that it's daylight savings, where I'm like, oh, am I from the other? Because summertime is daylight savings or daylight saving for people who are going to be mad about the fucking S.
Is that S not there?
It's allegedly it's not because it's one saving. Like you say, oh, I have a saving account. Whereas I see the S as like it's continuous. You continuously are saving. But anyways, and then this is standard time. So I Googled it and it did say that daylight saving just ended and now we are in standard.
I am looking at it right now. Daylight saving, no S. Didn't know. My apologies. Is from Sunday, March the 12th, 2023, and ended Sunday, November the 5th, 2023. Mm-hmm. We are now in daylight standard time. So if you were to write, I'm on the East Coast, it would be EST.
Yes. Eastern
Standard Time currently, as opposed to EDT, Eastern Daylight Time, when we come back around in the spring.
Right. Okay. But all over the internet and shit, it's been like, oh, now that we're in daylight saving, and I'm like, am I fucking tripping?
No, you were right. You were right. Me and Dell was wrong. We are in standard time, and now we know winter and fall are fall and winter. Forgive me, our standard time. Spring and summer are saving time.
So
man, it just had me fucked up.
This time is the time that sucks.
Yes, standard time sucks.
We need to stick to the daylight savings time.
I don't know. It's like I like getting that hour back. But what has caused me chaos, like I'll get done with work and I'll just go sit on the couch and I'll pass out for like 3 hours.
Yeah, I hate this shit. I hate going to work, coming home. I hate all of my daylight being at work.
Yeah.
I like coming home and then being like, oh shit, I can walk dogs, go shopping. Not that I can't do that shit in the dark, but it's like, I don't know.
You can't. You live in California.
People might try to mug me. They'd be like, oh shit.
That's your dog.
They'll be like,
go down out there.
That's that podcast legend.
Yeah.
Get him. Run his pockets.
You got bread. Heard his son's a rapper too.
Heard he got like $15 more a month now because he got off of an old podcast hosting service.
Off of Libsyn. Like, oh man, he's balling. He can buy 2 Starbucks. But yeah, we could talk about that too. Yeah, we're going to be having some changes around here. I haven't told Delvin yet, but I'm canceling the podcast. We're just going to announce that right now.
I'm used to this. Already. Doesn't surprise me in the least bit. I guess T, it's just me and you again.
Hey, we ride. We just take over the whole Cadillac brand from underneath his ass.
Yeah, except Delvin's like savings time. He keep wanting to call it Cadillacs. Maybe it's a black thing.
I'm gonna change the name. It's gonna be Kias on Mars.
Kias. Damn. Not even a
wow.
Nah, the community loves a fucking what is it? A Toyota Tercel?
Yeah, the Tercels on Mars.
No, but all jokes aside, yeah, the podcast isn't going away. We're actually going to be joining the PSVG network, which is kind of fun. I'm just doing it to basically see how long before I corrupt their system and then actually get the whole network canceled. So we'll see how that works out.
I've been trying since day one.
Yeah, but that's why I'm coming in to really.
And the funny thing about it is, not only have they not canceled the show, they've added me on more shit.
Right, exactly.
Like, no, just do every show, Delvin. Like, no, that's not part of the plan.
Delvin really is like the face of the network now. But yeah, so we're on the PSVG network. Starting in January, we'll be kicking off over there. A few changes. We'll be getting some sort of format of a or structure of a live show happening. We got a Discord channel in their Discord as well. It's so far a lot of the assistance has really come very smoothly. Pause. We
No. Like my man Jack Harlow said, no, resume. We ain't pausing no more.
But no, so Donnie's been a huge help over there, like really shifting the podcast over, getting us off Libsyn over on Anchor. It's gonna be setting some stuff up for us. It's been positive all around. The channel.
We can't talk too much nice about Donnie because remember what he said? He said we always call him the white devil. This is the white hate podcast.
Is he a white devil?
Nah, he's a good dude. Well, for the sake of the podcast, yes, he's the white devil.
I mean, I didn't respond yet. There may be some devilish tendencies, but I think he grew up in a certain financial restricted demographic that I think he's allowed some liberties. But I'm not talking about no N-word pass. That he doesn't get that. We're not going that far.
Doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist.
It does not.
Yeah.
Zero. Which so I don't know. Like I said, I'm super hyped about it. It's been really positive. The dialogue over there has been really, really good. I'm stoked. The reason for this was honestly it was like for those people who don't podcast, like podcasting feels like pissing in the wind. It's like it's just gonna blow back on you. It's just for you. Like you don't know if anyone's like really listening or not, I really enjoy podcasting when I'm doing it because it's like I get to talk to T and I get to talk to Delvin. Like we in like 3 or 4 formats have some form of communication daily. But it's like it's nice to just like actually like face to face, voice to voice, like cut up and have a good time.
Yeah.
But I was like, not that I was like seriously considering letting go of the podcast, but it's like, how long do I continue doing this or do I lean in further? Do I join a network where it's like there might be more interaction, more communication? Because it's like I said, as far as I know, the only other person who listens to this is my wife, because that's the only person that gives me any feedback. So, and usually it's like I should have said something or should not have said something. It's one of the two. So
factual statements.
Yeah. So with that, it's just been like, okay, cool. You know what? Like, I think this might be the right move. I think in the time of where like play some video games is right now, PSVG, I think it's a good transition moment, because they're actually less about video games and more about like pop culture. More about like the shit we talk about. So I was like, I think this is a good move. So I'm super hyped. I'm super hyped to bring my friends with me, even though Delvin was already there. But I think we're going to brighten up the room. I think we could definitely have something to contribute.
How many people come over there?
Yeah. There's
1.5. I'm sorry, Dale. I had to get that.
Damn, that's cold. That is cold, man.
Nah,
I'm gonna say at this moment.
Wait. Are you the one?
Yes. Damn, straight to half.
Ed's gonna be mad. No, he's no half. He
is a half because he's short.
Wow, that's what we're doing. Short shaming over here.
Of course,
man. Short kings unite.
Nah, not at all.
I didn't know if you were under like a certain height that like removed some of your melanin status. You're just like, nah, sorry. What the fuck is that, man? That don't make any sense. They're like, oh, you're under 5'7", less black.
Yes,
like,
it's true.
Fuck? That's so stupid. Oh, you're a wild man. But
this is his fault. He seems so goddamn handsome. And this fucker always says out the blue, he would just send me a picture of him being goddamn handsome with all this long ass beautiful hair, looking like goddamn what the group called from the 90s, Milli Vanilli. with the long ass, beautiful locks. Like, look at this, Delvin. I can grow hair. I'm like, fuck you, Dev.
Dev is a handsome man. I will give him that. He definitely is. He was always looking crisp, always looking clean. Yeah. You know, so
that's why God made him short. He's like, you can't give you too much.
You can't have it all.
you can't have it all.
It's it's one of those sliders. They gave you 80 points to use. How are you going to allocate them?
You're going to be tall and ugly or short and good looking.
That's what you get.
That's all right. Guess you're going to be short and good looking, brother.
Yep. But
my slider is just all mediums. Like
just down the middle.
Just down the middle. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing excelling anything. Just straight down the middle. 50,
just 50, is. 50, 50,
just
50.
Is. Just there.
But so January, that's when you'll see our first episode up over there.
And we'll be live. Cadillac on Mars live. So you can comment and send comments and talk shit to us.
Okay, now this part I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, we do the show live. We do live recording. See, Chaufie forgot to mention that to you.
This is me learning of that with you.
My bad.
Yeah,
I thought I mentioned this.
If you're learning it from me, you know you're the last person.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah. So, anyways, let's jump into the show though. I mean, we got stuff to talk about. We got stuff to catch up on. We just finished our little Thanksgiving break, so I'm gonna toss it over to T. You should start with Delvin. Delvin's life is always a disaster, so I'm not gonna go there right now.
That is correct.
So T, before Delvin brings us down with his antics and shenanigans,
I have to ask T before he starts, because lately, I have to ask this. T, are you okay?
The Midland is what my mom would say. I like that turn of phrase. It ain't too terrible. In the house situation, they still ain't cashed my first rent check.
Okay,
we're about to come around to paying rent a second time, mind you. So this is the problem. I keep calling the dude every day to be like, "Hey man, what's up with that rent check?" Oh man, I'm gonna go look into it. And like, you really making a real sour taste in my mouth, my guy.
That shit drives me nuts when people don't cash checks, because it's like, do you not want money? I would love money.
Goddamn rent. Don't play with it.
Yeah. Like,
now for years I had paid my former landlord directly. It would go from my bank account to his bank account.
Boom.
Breezy. Easiest thing in the world. This motherfucker want to play with paper. Yeah. Like I said, it's time to pay rent again almost. You ain't cashed the first check.
May I give you a suggestion?
Go on.
Money orders, bro.
If this motherfucker done lost a check, at least I can track a check. I can't track money orders.
You can track money orders. They give you a receipt. You take the receipt off. You keep that receipt, and that receipt tracks where the money order is at.
Or here's the other thing too: is in the same fashion. I mean, I think both require you to go to a bank or someplace. You can get a bank check as well, and that'll like track it for you too. Because that shit sucks. I hate writing checks, and a lot of times because it's like you're barely cashing this now. I don't care if that check is for $7
He swears he took it and put it right in the bank, and that it should be easy as that. And I'm like, if that were the case, then whatever. And then he keeps saying, "Well, don't worry, I'm just going to give you access to the portal so you can pay to the company directly." Well, I keep giving you my email address. You've read me my email address back to me, word for letter, and I've not got an email yet. So tomorrow I'm gonna call again. And then I'm probably gonna call the city I live in and be like, what do I need to be doing here to make sure we are tight? Because this dude is they playing games, and I just want to make sure we good. So I'm probably going to holler at the actual area I live in and hate to do it. Beyond that, man, truly, it's all right. Life ain't so bad.
Okay.
What I was gonna talk about is Thanksgiving, because your boy cooked up a storm.
I know you do.
And it all turned out really, really, really well. Bird was amazing. This is the first time I went for a dry brine bird.
Okay.
It's a mixture of salt, sugar, some seasonings. And basically you patch a bird dry, you know what I'm saying? Put all this stuff on it, and I'm just shake it all on there, kind of press it in place, put that bitch back in the fridge, let it sit for at least a full 24 hours.
Rubbing it the right way.
Then,
I got it, like Johnny Gill.
You snap it up, flip it.
Yeah,
No, I
Rubber
did
Dam?
not.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to wet brine it, basically a bucket of salt water and all the other things.
Right.
But I got hip to the dry brine this year, and I was like, let me try that. And that turkey is so good, bro. I'm still eating on that bird right now. Almost a
Okay.
week later, and that bird's still good as shit, bro. So I was very happy with how well the turkey turned out.
Nice.
I made everything. So I made mac and cheese, of course.
Mhm.
I made chocolate chip pies. I made peanut butter pie. I made some dressing. I made green bean casserole. I made some, candy yams. What else was on the menu? Hawaiian sweet rolls, because we go with them instead of standard bread rolls.
Mhm.
I like them better when it comes to Thanksgiving time. Shit, man. Think anything else? Oh, my son. I was it's a weird circumstance. I was reading an Am I the Asshole that made me ask my family, hey man, let me just double check with y'all, make sure I know y'all as well as I should. And I was like, what is your favorite food? Just to update me. And my son was like, oh, yeah, my shit is fried shrimp, man. So I bought some shrimp and fried my man's up some shrimp so that we had that on the menu. He enjoyed them.
Now, what type of fried shrimp though? We talking like a tempura? We talking the regular regular battered or like a coconut?
Just regular batter.
Okay.
Nothing to it, like saying panko joints.
Mm-hmm.
They fried up real nice. He was very happy with them. I was like, cool. I've done my job as father. Ness made deviled eggs, but I boiled the eggs. That matters.
Okay.
So I cooked the damn eggs too while I was at it.
Hey, you know what? You could do it wrong.
Yes, I want you to know, and in case y'all don't know, J. Kenji Lopez Alt has a real specific directions for how to boil eggs, and
there's a specific way to boil eggs.
Yeah,
yes, because there's levels. You might want a runny egg, you might want a jammy egg, you might want a fudgy egg, you might want a full hard boiled egg, and there's time and so forth and so on for how long you boil them to make that.
Because that's like a ramen egg is like
a little not quite runny, but a little, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not quite solid ice.
I have to ask now because I don't fuck with the runny eggs like that. Like the
I don't eat runny eggs either. So
I love fucking runny eggs, man.
Yeah. So now my question to you, Chaufie, is why?
This fucking tastes great, man. You get a little toast up in that bitch. You get a little tortilla up in there. Delish. The way it coats the other foods too, like man, it's a fucking hit. I love it.
I will take a slightly runny egg, just slightly. If you fry that bitch, not almost hard, where it got just a little dribble on a burger. Goes hard, goes extra hard. Plus, there's all kinds of stuff on a burger, so you can't go wrong.
On a burger, it's kind of good.
Yeah.
Like when you because I've had it like at I think Five Guys has one like that. One of the places have one where they put an egg on the burger. And like, oh, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Because the flip side of that is when the egg is cooked too long, and then you don't have any runniness, and it's like, damn, this don't work on a burger.
Yeah,
double dry.
Man, I don't want no hard ass fry. Don't fry my egg hard on a burger. Messed up the whole vibe.
Seriously. Then it's like now it's just paste on a burger. I didn't ask for that.
Like rubber.
Yeah.
I'm good.
But yeah, man, I was just wild proud of myself, man. I showed out. I cooked well. I did it over a couple of days, which was good to do. Good. Nice to. Thanksgiving is my one. It's the one I keep for myself. I don't go to people's houses. People are always welcome to come through here if they want to, but it's the one I do that I'm like, this is me and mine, and we ride out that way. And so I love it in that regard, you know what I'm saying? And
you hold it precious for your peoples.
You'd like to think by now, because I've been with Vanessa 11 going on a dozen years, her mama would know, but every year her mama like, are y'all coming over? No, we will not be.
Yeah, you're like, listen, this is not year 1 or 2. Like by now, by year 5, you should know.
Yeah.
Like this is the thing.
Yeah.
She's like, you still dating him? Like, yes. Does she ask that too?
No. I'm regular enough over her folks or her people's houses that it's a no. I just don't know. I'm just gonna call it age. That seems wild. I'm just gonna call it not believing Vanessa. Is what I'm gonna call it.
You know what it is? I can tell you what it is. because I deal with an older person every day, and they drive me absolutely insane. Old people have this way when they want you to do something. They tell you the same shit over and over again, and they'll just ask you in different ways to hint that this is what they want you to do. Like, hey, are you gonna come over? Like, nah, I'm not coming over. But are you sure you're not coming over? You know, we cooking Thanksgiving dinner. Like, nah, I'm doing my own thing here. But are you sure don't want to come over here and have Thanksgiving? No, I don't. And they're gonna keep asking you until you say yes.
Yeah. But then the one time you say yes, you tripped yourself up. Because then they're like, well, you gave me last year. Fuck.
Exactly. Now, Chaufie, you know what I'm talking about now, yeah? That's exactly what it is.
But I don't slip up.
No.
I don't make them errors. And so it's like, like I said, I lay it down, I cook it up, and it's dope, man. I love it. And
nice.
like I said, it was a wonderful experience. We just vibed, we kicked it. It was nice. I watched we'll get to it, but I watched some shit on, you know what I'm saying, and just kicked it. It was nice, man. It really was a lovely time with me and my son, actually, my oldest son, actually, at home with us, because he be out in the streets right now. So but it's
this shit blew my mind. Like, two things about your oldest was what did you say, he is 20 now?
Be 20 here in December. Yeah,
that's wild, man.
Yeah.
Like, that shit blew my mind. I was like, damn, you got a 2-decade kid. Like, that's a trip.
Yeah, man.
And then the other was I don't know why, it just tickled me so much when you talked about your son's on Stays Crunchy and Milk. T was talking about how on his son's car he got it back from a mechanic and it was missing bolts on the drive shaft. So then his son went back and then fixed his car in the mechanic's parking lot. I was like, Dad, that's so fucked up. Like, oh, and I'm not gonna give you more money to fix this. You're gonna watch me fix it. I'm no ignorant ass.
Yeah, my kid lightweight, grimy, and I kind of fuck with it. It's very much that's his father in him at that point. You know what I'm saying? So
he was like, I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah,
I like it. T, where did you get that nice sweater from, brother?
Oh, that's from the good people at T Public. I've had this one for a while, man.
So yeah, we got.
For those who can't see it, because we're not on the visuals yet, it's a Stays Crunchy and Milk hoodie.
Oh, feel free to hit the shop. It's tpublic.com/user/Stays Crunchy and Milk. Crunchy being spelled with a K, all one word. It's right there. Multiple designs up there. You can get just about anything you want: hoodies, t-shirts, phone cases. You need something new for that Pixel or that iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Go get that. Run that. Notebooks, pillows.
It's a Pixel.
Somebody got Pixel. Look, I know because we in you
green bubbles.
You are my only all iPhone group chat.
Wow.
I know we are special.
Out with.
But the reality of it is Android is the most popular operating system on the planet. It is massive.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Because it's more than just a Samsung phone. It's like there are so many Android
It's devices. Every phone but iPhones.
Bunch of sad people.
Bunch of brokies.
Hey man, I don't know. See, I don't do all that. I know. But see, all that do is draw you back to Genesis versus Super Nintendo, and I don't want to live that life ever again. and so I just try to be cool, man, and play right. And then, of course, Apple announced earlier this month that they finally gonna get their messaging together, so that you ever sent a video to somebody on Android or had them send you a video?
I've never had an Android phone.
And it comes to you like either way tiny or way blurry or way whatever. It's because Apple and Android use two different messaging protocols. Apple uses an older messaging protocol for communicating with the rest of the world. It uses iMessage to communicate with other iDevices.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it's always a wreck. It's always like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You'll send something and it's like, I'm only going to give you, 50% of the clarity of the image or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, but they have announced that they're gonna just finally cross it over next year. Everybody's gonna be on the same boards. We'll probably still have blue bubbles versus green bubbles because they're not gonna get rid of that.
But wasn't this one of those situations too where it was like just as like what was it like the EU was you got to switch to USB-C? They're also doing this for the messaging as well.
I think they worry the EU might do something about that, but they did not force them in this one.
Yeah.
Apple just announced it and was like, yeah, I'll do that shit. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck with it.
Yeah.
All I know is when I see those green bubbles on my phone, I look at this poor motherfucker. I'm just disgusted. Like, what are they text me on a flip phone?
Hate speech. Hate speech. Yeah, man.
You're getting this broke shit off my phone.
What happened to you, uniting the culture through diversity?
Not with phones.
It's all ellipses, except Android.
Except Android users. Y'all can fuck off.
It's like, man, I hate that I'm about to do this, but I'm about to do this, man.
Come on,
they the shittiest. They be so grumpy about it too, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, and not all of them. Like I said, I talked about, you know what I'm saying, man, you know what it is. And
yeah, I got some Android friends. Yeah, I know.
And box my
Get
down.
people on both sides.
Yeah. No, because what I'm saying is they're not the ones who do this. Because I'm saying I want to point that out. I'm saying they're not them. But it'll be all these motherfuckers like, look at you, Apple, you like 6 years late. You finally doing this and blah blah blah. I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. Let me just enjoy what I got. I'm not over here talking shit about your phone. I really am not.
Fuck their phone.
And it's like I hate that bullshit, bro. Don't be over here talking shit about my phone like your features is late. Well, my features is here now, motherfucker. Shake it off.
Yeah, because that along with that too, it's like, oh, look what I can do and how much freedom I have on my phone. I'm like, I'm not trying to program weapons, man. Like, I'm just trying to watch primarily YouTube, TikToks, send text. Like that's it. I don't need to do much more than that. Connect to Bluetooth. Like, oh, look at me. I can manipulate that and change this setting. I'm like, good for you.
I'm for those who enjoy it, I'm glad they enjoy it. But the real of it is, man, nah.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I'm not glad they enjoy it. Hope you live in misery. Hope your phone get a virus every goddamn week. Piece of shit.
Well, since Delvin's fired up, let's go into you, man. What have you been up to besides this Android slander?
Oh, I can't tell that story.
Yeah.
Guess that's a so tell me topic.
Oh no. Oh,
write that shit down so you remember it.
Yeah, I guess me and Chaufie have another conversation. Yeah.
Yep.
It's been an interesting week. I guess I can fast forward the story and say, hey, I met my girlfriend's family. That was a cool thing for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. My girl rented out this fancy ass hotel room where she cooked Thanksgiving dinner at. And her mom was there, and I talked to her mom for a good while. I was there. And her grandson was there because her son has like a 1-year-old kid.
Okay.
And I love this kid, but this motherfucker's bad. This dude.
I mean, you won. What can you be?
This dude was her habitual line stepper.
The habitual line stepper.
I'm gonna tell this. I'm quite sure this is illegal. What I'm gonna say, but fuck it, it happened. Can't say it can't. I didn't do it. So, my girl rented this room.
Before he continues, this is all alleged.
Allegedly.
Yes. Sprinkle it.
Allegedly. My girl rented this room on the 39th floor, right?
Okay.
It's a nice little penthouse suite and stuff like this. And it has a balcony, right?
All right.
So I'm sitting there, sitting in the chair chilling, and I'm watching her little grandson run around the house. He all hyper and stuff like that. And he proceeds to, because my girl bought, because she made it like look all fancy and stuff. She bought those little light up candles. They're like real small, that you can like decorative candles that you light up like with like a button, like LED candles.
Yeah, the LED votives.
Yes. So she had a bunch of them all around the hotel room, right, looking all fancy and stuff. I'm watching this little dude grab one, run towards the balcony, and chuck that bitch off the balcony.
Damn.
I'm like, yo, what are you doing? That's gonna hit someone in the head and kill them.
Yeah, he's wilding out.
Like, yo, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's not a thing we do.
Yeah. So after he threw the first one over, and he immediately, this little dude fast, he immediately went to grab the second one and throw it over, and I grabbed it from him like, nah, you can't do that, son. That's gonna get us arrested. You can't just throw these over the balcony. So he's like, well, fuck you. I'm gonna just throw them at you then. So this kid proceeds to try to throw these things at me. I'm like, where you get this badass little boy from? And then she was like, babe, you won't believe what he did earlier. Like, what did he do earlier?
You're like, there's more?
I'm like, yeah, I said, yeah, like, she said, because my girl daughter had her friends over there.
Okay.
He took one of the girls' AirPods, like the whole case, and chucked that bitch over the balcony.
Damn.
So,
Yeah, he's bad. Yeah, he's bad.
Yeah, so
You saying he won?
yes.
Check the birth certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He a struck a little something too. Fast. He like Chucky. Short the troublemaker.
I mean, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, you sure he's not like a 15-year-old Dominican? They lie about their age to play baseball.
Y'all is wildin'. I thought the Android shit was too much. Now you doing them Dominicans? No.
Hey, you never seen Little League? They're like,
No,
yeah, this
no
kid's
lie.
12. I'm like, yeah, but he brought his wife and kids too. How's
this
he
dude
12?
like
What's
37 years old. Talking
Yeah, seriously.
12.
Been paying taxes. Like, no.
This dude got kids.
Yeah, seriously.
Driving a car.
He's on his third job. What do you mean? You're in the fucking 8th grade. No?
No, you're not. I
Liar.
know, because I live in Miami and I've seen it with the Cuban Americans here. They play it slick. You're like, huh? You're a little bit to be 15, homie.
Yep.
you got like a full grown beard told you finna play baseball.
Yeah.
Like, nah. Nah, fam.
Damn, the way Delvin said it too. Baseball.
I know. I grew up around these people. I know. Like, nah, fam. You ain't no damn 15.
This lasts like 5-10 minutes. We're
Real
really
slanderous.
Yes.
Real slanderous.
We are earning the tag that Donnie gave us most racist podcast.
You know what, man?
Well, we're gonna live up to it today.
R.I.P. to PSVG.
Yeah. Well, sign the contract.
Yep. Here we are.
Yeah.
It's gonna walk inside, stretch my legs, stretch my
Yeah.
arms, kick off my shoes.
Exactly.
I'll put my feet on the couch.
Yeah.
It's just
Fuck
happening.
your couch.
Can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop.
I
And
can't
I'm
use
not gonna
that
talk
no more.
about Diddy either because that's
Can't use that no more. Nope.
Nope.
Cannot use that no more.
Woo.
That cat is wild.
Yeah,
Blowing up
seriously.
people's cars.
Yeah.
Been felon. Nah.
Mm-mm. We'll steer clear of that. We will
Yeah.
steer clear.
We clear of that. I ain't touching that one.
Now I know you're a shopping ass fool. What did you get any good Black Friday finds, Delvin?
Black Friday was fucking terrible.
Everybody's
This
been
is-
saying that. Everybody's
This
been saying
is
how
the
bad it was.
worst Black Friday I've ever seen in my life. It was sad out there.
It was real whack. You know what it was? It was Friday.
Yeah, it was.
Did you-
That's what it was. Well, nothing black about that Friday. I guess it was just Friday. No, like this is terrible.
I need you to write down
That's-
nothing black about that Friday. Thank you.
That is show title.
Yeah, what a terrible Black Friday. You know, and my son was
How can we flip that? The whitest Friday, the whitest Black Friday ever? I don't know, man. This is sprinkle a little something on
Let's
that.
workshop it. Let's workshop it. It'll come up
That
throughout
Friday
the
had
show.
no melanin.
Melanin-free Fridays.
Yeah,
It was the dev of Fridays.
yeah.
Oh no! I don't even know this dude, but no.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry, y'all. They wilding this last one out of network, so they had to get it off this time. You know what I'm saying? We got to
Get
be
it
a
off.
little more respectful when it comes to next month.
Before we
operation.
Next
get
month
corporate.
we're gonna come through with like the old NBC charm. Bing,
Yeah.
bing, bing. Welcome
Before we get
everybody to a
corporate.
new episode.
Oh shit!
Oh man, yeah, gotta get out the way.
Right, seriously.
But
Move.
yeah, man,
bitch.
it was
Get out of the
terrible.
way.
It was terrible. Like my son was excited for it because he was like, "Yeah, this is the first Black Friday. I can go out on my own and go because the GameStop's like right down the street. So I'm gonna wake up early, go to GameStop. He got his birthday money. I'm like, fam, don't take all your money there, bro. I don't want you getting robbed. It's like I know it's down the street, but it's robbing season 2, son. So I said, he's like, all right. So he goes down there. He comes back with like nothing. I'm like, what happened? Say wasn't shit there.
No.
I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, wasn't shit there. Like, all right, don't worry about it. We'll go after I get off work. I said I'll get off a little early, go do some stuff for my grandma because my grandma was out of town because she was on a cruise. So I was fixing up stuff for her. She was on a cruise.
I love your grandma, man.
Yeah, my brother took her on a cruise, a 7-day cruise to Haiti, the Bahamas, and Jamaica, I think she said. Well, it must be nice.
Your granny's out here like, I may be old, but I ain't dead. Let's get on this fucking boat.
She had fun. I had to stay here and run the business, so yeah.
She's all, there's rums to be drank. Let's go.
Yeah. So we had I took him to because I like to go to Walmart because usually Walmart has a giant like Blu-ray section. Well, Blu-rays are just $5.
Come up every year.
Yeah, they didn't have shit. They didn't even have the section. Like this is so we didn't get nothing out of Walmart.
And
he didn't find nothing in Walmart. Like the games were like, I think they had games for like 10% off. This ain't a deal like that. I'll put it to you this way. You know how games are $69.99? They were like $59.99. Oh, I'm like, so they're regular price now.
Well, that's what I was gonna say too, is that even these sales like that were around, they were just regular ass sales. $5 off. Like I didn't see anything that was like doorbuster or
even the TVs were like regular price. And the sale, the
TVs went on sale today.
Oh, okay, there you go. There were more better sales for the TVs like earlier in the month than there was on Black Friday.
Even with T saying right now, I do feel like Cyber Monday is outshining Black Friday.
I think so too.
So it's racism.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. You see how they try to oppress? They're like, we'd rather have cyber, robot, androids get the money.
See, they brought that back around
over the community.
It's the android.
It's the android. See,
there you go. I believe it.
You know, what did the minister say?
Amen. But yeah, man, I was like,
really on some bullshit, man.
So after that, we went to Target, and I found an air fryer for like $40. And my air fryer is kind of getting old. You know, it's getting old when the Teflon starts and the bottom of it starts going away.
Yeah. Oh, when you start getting toxic bits in your food.
Yeah, like all right, maybe I should like not use this anymore.
Yeah.
So I said it's only like $30, so I'll get an air fryer.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the air fryer, and they had a deal with it was movies were buy two get one free, which Target always has. So I got like a couple movies, and after that we went to another GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have shit either.
Even their cyber deals for today, they're whack as fuck.
Like terrible. Like this is terrible. Like
even old ass games too, where I was like, that's still full price. That shit is like 4 years old.
It was like really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we ended up going to another. The last place we went to go to another like Walmart, and they didn't have nothing there neither. So we ended up going home. I ended up just buying a bunch of shit off of Amazon. That was decent prices. No, almost no video game stuff though, because all the video game stuff was not a good deal.
Yeah,
like all the video game stuff was like terrible. I ended up getting like the Walking Dead complete collection, which was like it's usually like.
I thought you already owned that.
No, I don't own like the whole series.
Wait, we're talking about the movie, the games, or the movie, or the show?
The show.
Okay.
They have like a big box set in Blu-ray now. That's like usually like $179. It was $100 now on Black Friday. I got that. I got the Dead Cells Castlevania game, which was good. I got the Ghostbusters game for Switch, the new one. I can't remember the name of it. I got that for like $20. And what else did I get? I got Payday 3 for like $25.
That's on Game Pass though.
Yeah, like, This is how bad it is. I'm like, this is a stretch. Like, it's nothing to get.
Yeah, but Delvin likes to be spending money though.
That is true.
That
And
is
what else I
who
got?
he is.
I got Invincible Volume 1.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the main thing I got because there was nothing else really there that was worth getting. Everything else was like, all right, here's 5% off this. Oh,
Yeah.
You
know
that's
what?
terrible.
I did find something cool. I almost forgot. I forgot because I haven't received it yet. They had a sale on statues
Okay.
for let me try to look up the name of the site real quick.
Now, what type of statue we talking about? Because T just sent us something about some lady wife buys sex doll that looks exactly like her for husband when she's not around. Is that the type of statue you talking about?
Nah, that's not a bad idea though.
Wow.
But
Wow.
what's the name of the site? You know, like those fancy comic book statues and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like
can't remember
like when you get like the fucking expensive like Aloy or shit like that.
Exactly. I ended up getting a Back to the Future 2 one. It's called
Wow.
Iron Studios.
Okay.
They had a Back to the Future 2 one with Marty McFly on the hoverboard,
Mhm.
and it's usually like $150. It was like $80.
Solid.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Like I said, Dylan likes to be spending money.
I love Back to the Future. Is one of my favorite movies.
No,
So I had to get
definitely.
that. And
Definitely
I wanted.
classic.
I always wanted a Marty McFly statue or something like that. And that was the only one I saw that looked really, really cool.
Mhm.
So I got that. And last year, was that last year? It might have been this year. I got a replica of the hoverboard.
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
So I'll put the statue next to that replica of the hoverboard.
One of the only highlights about growing up in Oxnard was Back to the Future was filmed all over that place. So I remember
that's
getting
dope.
out of like it was like elementary or middle school, but like like the scene where like Anthony Kiedis and Flea are like driving the pickup truck.
Yes.
Like saw that get filmed. I saw the train crash, like all kinds of shit. It was like we'd get out of school and they'd be filming like right across the street, and we were just like, oh shit, let's go see it. So that was really exciting. Like
I forgot that 2 and 3 were filmed like at the same fucking time.
Oh, back to back. Yeah.
They were filmed like back to back.
Like the
That's kinda
Matrix
wild.
sequels. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how we knew too. When we saw scenes, we were like, oh wait, like already knowing it was gonna go Western and stuff like that. So I wish it was kind
What
of
a great movie series.
Oh yeah.
You should go to New York and see the musical.
Oh wait, there's a musical?
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, word? Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you guys what I'm doing?
No, what?
So I guess it's almost next month now. So next month, they're having a reshowing of The Last Dragon.
Oh, damn, that's kind of
And
cool.
Tamac is going to be there doing a Q&A and an autograph signing before the movie.
That's some good shit.
So I'm going to watch The Last Dragon in theaters, which I don't think I saw in theaters when it first came out.
You're probably too young.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go do an autograph. I'm going to get Tamac's autograph.
Nice.
That's fun.
Which I'm super excited for. And I think he's going to do a Q&A after it and everything like that. I may dress up like Bruce Leroy.
Leroy.
I may. If I can find the stuff, I may dress up like Bruce Leroy.
Oh, I'm sure it exists. I'm sure it exists.
And my girl will probably get her to dress up like what a name.
Yeah, your girl's gonna dress up like your ex and be gone.
No, she's down.
She's like, I'm out of here.
What
nerd?
What is her name? Vanity.
I was gonna say Apollonia.
That's another one. Yeah. Vanity.
It's just the light-skinned chicks of the 80s in black movies.
Yep.
That is true. Yes.
Yep.
It's only like 3 of them: Sheila E., Vanity, and Apollonia.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna just flip over to my end. Yeah, it's been like everything's kind of like a blur. It's just like a really like quick time of the year for me because it's like it's a rush to like at work, it's like getting grading done, like report card time, then getting ready for Thanksgiving, and then shortly after we're getting ready for winter break, and all it's just like a lot of stuff is like moving quick. So this month like came at me real fast where I was like, oh, we got like a week or two more before we need to record. And then I was like, fuck, it's today.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, all right. But let's see. Since last time we talked, I went to Camp Flog, and
That
let me
sounds like
tell
a
you,
made up place.
I fully, I fully, I fully regret like missing the other festivals. So Camp Flog is Tyler the Creator's festival, and so he kind of curates it, sets it up. It is hands down one of the best organized and curated like festivals I've ever been to. In that, like, it really functions like a carnival. And I was watching an interview with him where he talked about like he wanted it to be like that, like neighborhood carnival where it's like in the church parking lot type of thing. And it really does feel like that. Like, whereas a lot of festivals, there's bands you don't want to see, you get bored, you sit around, you eat some bad food, whatever, like it gets boring sometimes. Whereas this was like, oh, this is getting boring. Let's go ride some rides. And the rides were included with the price of the admission. So it's just like, fuck, all right. So you're waiting in the line, you're hearing the music, like it was just super fun. I took my daughter with me on the Saturday showing, and the reason why I took her was she's super into Ice Spice. So it was like, okay, then let's go see Ice Spice perform. Like I knew my daughter was gonna love it. So she had a great time. And right in front of the Ice Spice stage, like when I say in front, like you mean in front, but like in the vicinity was like the swing ride, but this one also elevated. So then it went up and then you spun around. So she's like, oh, we should go on that. And then that way I can even see the stage even better. Because and maybe Delvin's theory is true because my daughter is very fair, but she's also very short. So you might be right. You might be right. So she's like, I can't see anything. Everyone's too tall. So she's like, let's go on the ride. So it was one of those like moments, where it's like, I'm there, I'm with my daughter, we're having a great time. We're on the swings, riding the ride, listening to Ice Spice, watching her perform. Like, it was just fucking cool. Like, it was a really fun time. Let's see, who do we see that day? We saw Paris, Texas. We saw Ice Spice. We saw Tyler. His set was amazing. He's always really, really good. You know who was disappointing though? Was the Hillbillies, which is Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem.
They were there?
Uh-huh. Let me tell you, like, Kendrick needs to, in my opinion, just do Kendrick shit and stop trying to make Baby Keem something. They're not on the same level. They're just not. And it's not even one of those things where it's like, oh, Baby Keem raps like these new kids. No, not even that. Like, because you guys know, I'll listen to the new guys as well. He just doesn't have it.
I'm going to say something that may be offensive to Baby Keem, but I'm sorry, but this may be accurate. Baby Keem might be Kendrick's Memphis Bleak.
One hit away. It's all career.
Like Hove just kept trying to make Bleak have a career. He's like, hey, I got this song for you. Here you go, Bleak. We like, nah, it's all right.
No,
we'd rather hear Hove.
You're not wrong for that. It really and what they did is like they would do the songs they've done together. Then Kendrick would do a song, Keem would do a song, and it really would be like Kendrick would come out, be in his zone, everyone was fucking moving, and then Keem comes out, and it's like, let me just scroll TikTok right now. Okay,
damn.
Check Instagram. Like every time, it was just like it was cock blocking the vibes. You getting all hyped up, you're feeling good, and then it's just like boner killer. I'm tired. This is boring. It just wasn't there. He has a few songs that I enjoy, but for the most part, he doesn't have the persona. He doesn't have the voice, just doesn't have the presence. It was like, fuck, this is bad. And then the other thing is, and this is not like in any way like a knock on the Roots when I get into the details. I hate when a rap act gets fronted by a live band because it's a copy paste. LL did it, Kendrick did it. They all do the same thing where it's like you get these fucking jazzy riffs, or it's the same guitar sound where it's like this sound is inauthentic. It just sounds like, ooh, I'm edgy now because I got guitars on the song. And it's like, no, like blend in the guitars, make it a part of the song, not just some fucking riffs, because that shit is boring. I didn't go to a fucking jazz festival to hear this bullshit. Like, I want to turn up. Now, that's why I say this is having a live band is not a knock on anyone like the Roots, because the Roots are a unique, distinct sound.
Yes.
That's a live band. And the live band isn't just like I hired a drummer and a bassist and a guitar player. Like, it's got to be embedded. It can't just be like I said, oh, I'm edgy, now I'm doing this thing. That shit was disappointing. Like, to the point where I was like, you know what, it is getting cold. We should just leave. I didn't even finish the set.
Wow.
Now, who had this band with them and that didn't do the damn thing?
Kendrick and Baby Keem.
Oh, okay. Man.
And so it was just like, all right, let's just go. So we left.
Funny. You ever seen Tyler's Tiny Desk concert?
Uh-huh.
Tyler has a full band with him
Mhm.
that knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yes.
And it enhanced everything about his performance.
Yes.
Because he on the keys himself and everybody else in the band, he got background singers. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. Yeah, when it's enhancing the music as opposed to a lot of rap acts that add in the band. This is something that always happens in all of them. The singer does his part, and then the band goes ba 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 ba, and it's like that. It's like I said, LL did it back in the day. Like, a lot of artists have done it, and it's always that same crescendoed sound comes down, fucking jazzy guitars that are heavy fuzz, and it's like you're not doing anything, man. Like,
it's not adding anything to it.
Yeah, it's just it's boring and it's corny. So with that, I was just like, that was the only sort of downside. Then I had my daughter wear her bracelet loose so that I can hand it to my son for Saturday or for Sunday. So then on Sunday, we went for just a short time. We actually rode a lot of rides, and then we saw Yachty perform.
Okay.
Fuck, that kid is so good, man. So good. And then he brought out Offset. And they did, he did Bad and Bougie. You guys know I've been in a lot of concerts. When you hear that many people sing louder than the artist, it's a moment, you know? So it was just, people were just turning up, going off. And Yachty just did a hits set. As much as like his current, like the album that just dropped this year, is my album of the year. It does, and the reason why, I'll say this real quick, why it's my album of the year, it's unique, and it's not poor. It's like really flipped the script, really tried something new. Like that one, that's my album for this year. But in this one, he didn't do the psychedelic soul like in the album. He just did hits, hit. Okay. So that crowd didn't stop. He just like went for it. And then we rode some rides. We watched from the rides, we watched a bit of Earl Sweatshirt's set, which was pretty cool. And like, that was a blast, man. One of the highlights for me, though, that came out of that festival was I'm very sensitive. Like, it drives my wife crazy that I won't like wear cologne and stuff like that, because it gives me a headache or it makes me nauseous. Like, I can't do it. This fucking Leaf Fleur, the French Waltz, like they gave out samples because I got my daughter a golf sweater. That shit is beautiful. And I was like, oh, I can wear this. Like, it smells great and it doesn't fucking make me sick. Where I was like, this is amazing. So now I'm like, okay, I'm just looking for a deal, because that bottle is like $200 and I ain't trying to pay $200.
I was about to say the reality of it is probably that you need a higher end, higher quality scent than what's out there.
Yeah.
And
no musk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and all that other bullshit. No, you ain't
Old Spice.
Food.
No Old Spice.
Man,
no
the same as I said it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What about the green bottle of Brute? I can't be doing that.
Brute.
No,
you need rocking the Brute.
You need higher quality botanicals and florals and stuff to make your shit smell, and rock like you want to rock it. That's just what it is.
Yeah. So that shit is fantastic. And then like, let's see what else went down. So yeah, That was like I said, that whole event, and that was just like the weekend before last. Like that was a ton of fun. Like I had a great time. It was the Veterans Day weekend. And
Yeah.
then a highlight for me too was we were going through some cabinets and I found a bag of wine gums that T hooked me up with like a year ago. And T was like, "Are those things still good?" And I was like, "I mean, I wouldn't know the difference."
That is true.
I'm really
See, them right there ones I can tell because of the orange price tag.
Yeah,
that's the ones. That's the ones I got from Bodega near the Airbnb. Them not even like the ones I got from the grocery store, which I could definitely kind of vouch for their freshness.
Yeah,
them fucks right there.
They might have been there a long time.
Correct. And now they've been at your house a long time.
Yeah, they were like 2 owners ago. But if wine gums, they're like they have the texture of like dots.
No, they don't. Because I fuck with dots hard. The long and the short way, wine gums is way more stiffer than that.
Well, no, but I was gonna say, but because they're not like gummy bears. But you know how dots are like very firm, but these are like twice as firm. And but yeah, I've been hitting these wine gums like a motherfucker too. It is so delicious.
Malicious.
The on Saturday, man, we had the most like interesting evening. So I talked about this before when we went to through my wife's job, we got to go see Beyonce perform. That was fucking magical. Well, she also worked on the live movie.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we got to go to the premiere. Now, this wasn't one of those like, hey, go to the AMC theater and, sit with random people. This was like, oh, I got no business being here.
Like, you did not.
Like zero. Like zero. Let me tell you.
His wife put the picture of him there, and I'm like, look at how out of fucking place this motherfucker.
Seriously. I was like, this is wild. First off, let me tell you, it was Black Hollywood powerhouse. Like here's the people in the room that there were more that I didn't see. Kelly Rowland, Tyler Perry. Okay, this one fucking blew me away because I think on screen, Lupita Nyong'o is beautiful. Like her skin looks amazing. Her color is like, wow. I saw her in person and I was like, oh, this isn't effects. This isn't like the camera. Like, no, this is you. Like, you are like human silk. You know what I mean? Like, it was different. I was like, wow, this is fucking crazy. Who else was in there? It was just a ton of people. Ava DuVernay was there. It was just like, damn, this is wild. And then it was Michaela Rodriguez. If you ever seen Pose, or what's the other one that she did with Maya Rudolph, the comedy?
Lou, it's my shit. Yeah. So, love that on Apple TV.
Yeah. So I turned around and I saw her as we were going because we had to actually turn in our phones at one point. And so I turned to her and I was just like, oh my God. I was like, I think you're amazing. I think you're a phenomenal actress. I think that like seeing you on screen, whether it's serious or comedy, you do like an amazing job, but also at that too, just for the representation, like, wow, you do so much for your community. Like you're awesome. Yeah. And so then I grabbed my wife because I know my wife loves her too. And so then, my wife is like pretty much telling her kind of like similar things. But this is where it like shifted.
She should call security on your ass.
Right. No. Michaela was like, so she starts asking my wife, like, wait, hold on. Like, what's your name? Like, tell me about you type of where it was just like, that usually doesn't happen. You usually like see people and then they're just like, oh, thanks. And you move on. She was engaging dialogue. Like, she was just like, when she said, tell me your name and what do you like, tell me about you or something like, I was just like, oh, this is different. Like, it's very unique to get a celebrity to be present.
Yeah.
And the fact that she was like in it was just like, wow, this is crazy. So it was just like I said, just everybody in the room, just all this going on was just like, this is fucking wild. Like
you was hanging with billionaires, my guy.
Yes.
Billy's with a B.
Yes. Yeah. Like people who own Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm sitting in there and I'm like, nope. when we were leaving, I'm trying to wrangle it because it's 6 of us total. So I'm trying to get the 5 ladies out so we can get into the Uber and we can leave. And it's like paparazzi and it's autograph hounds and stuff. And so this one kid, and a legit kid, like the kid must have been like 12.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Who are these people? Do I need their autograph?" And I was like, "Oh no, we're not celebrities."
Oh no, that's you go. Oh yeah. I host a pretty dope podcast. You know,
damn, I did fuck up.
Shit.
I should have did that. I should have been. Oh, you know about the podcast legend, baby? You don't know about me?
California podcast legend.
What you should have
outside.
been doing the whole time you was in there, you should have had your son's mixtapes and just passing them out.
I know. I should have just been airdropping that bitch.
You should have been
fuck.
Everybody there.
I blew it. I did blow it.
Just handing them right to him.
But let me tell you, it was just sensory overload. It really was just like, wow. Because you'd look here and it was like, that's this person, that's that person. Like, it was just a lot. Like we were walking in, and right behind us was like Chloe and Hallie, and it's like, this is fucking you're Little Mermaid. Like, what the fuck is going on here? You know, like,
so
if you watch Queer Eye, there Tan, who like dresses all the people, like he was in, like, I'm telling you, it was just people upon people upon people, where I was like, these aren't just like Joe Blows like me. Big fucking names. Wild.
Wow.
So you actually went to the Renaissance, concert. You actually got to see that live and in person.
Yeah.
On film, how does it fare?
Amazing. Amazing.
Good.
This film strikes a good balance between the documentary portion and the live portion. Sometimes that can go one way or the other. Too much live gets boring, and then too much behind the scenes can get boring too, whereas this, it was very well, the production was good, the story was like interwoven nicely. It was very well done. Like I would recommend watching it. Having seen the live performance and then watching this, it takes you back there.
Excellent.
Like, I honestly felt like it wasn't like overly produced. It was just like, no, it put you in the room. Like, that's what it felt like being on the floor, where I was like, oh yeah, no, this is it. This is a super cool thing. So it's just like, that was like, it was fucking weird, dude. It was so crazy, but it was just like, it was just fun, just to have those experiences like that too, where it's just like, as much as like life can be wild and life can be challenging, when you have moments like this where it's just like, hey, you ain't so bad. You know what?
Yeah.
There are some fun moments. A kind of contrast to this too was earlier that week. Like, I do recognize where I live, and I'm close to Hollywood, and we're out there a lot. Seeing celebrities really is just kind of like, you're going to see somebody. But we took my daughter shopping over the Thanksgiving break, and so we had went to this one like shopping area called the Grove in Hollywood or LA, and one of like my wife and I, like, our favorite bands is the Yes, and as we're walking out of like the shopping area, like I see the singer Karen O, and she is like walking towards me, and then whereas I would have typically been like, oh hey, just want to say real quick, love your music, like I think you're awesome, and I try to keep it short to like 3 sentences, and then I move. I'm just like, I ain't trying to eat up all your time. But we made eye contact, and then she grabbed her bag and like brought her, like she kind of like hunched in, and I was like, oh, you don't want to talk, like that's fine. Or you are out in public. I don't need to tell you nothing. Whereas my wife, when she was walking behind me, she just yells out, oh my God. So she's like, I feel like I should have said something to her. And I was like, I don't think she wanted to talk to anybody. I think she wanted to get in and get out, because when we made eye contact, it wasn't a little smile or like a nod.
She
it was
wasn't,
just,
yeah. You.
No, she was just like,
she was like, no.
Right. She was like, I don't want to do this. So I was like, all right, that's fine. But so it's just, all in all, it's like, there's been some really good, unique moments this past month, and now we're just getting into December, wrap up the year, and just kind of keep it moving, get ready for the next one.
Yeah, that's dope.
So with that, like, I'll jump into the what's good to great, and for me, it's just been actually a lot of good, fulfilling conversations, whether it's like a personal conversation with my wife, that like is gaining insight or understanding, to like one of the people that was in our group at the Beyonce movie, a younger woman, was just asking me like, tell me about life. Like, how do I navigate? It's just like, okay, cool. If you're asking, sure, let's have a talk. Same thing at work. Like, shit is still moving. Shit is still working really, really well. But I'm also having good, productive conversation where it's like, I hear what you're telling me. Let's make a plan. Let's make this work. And if we can buy in together, we can move this whole fucking community. So like, let's move it together. So it's like the conversations have really gone from good to great, because it's, for me, it's just given me more like insight or understanding. And so it's like, if I can understand what you're thinking and processing, then I can make better informed decisions instead of just looking like a fucking bozo because I read the room wrong or something like that.
Makes sense.
But let's go with Delvin. What's your good to great?
Oh, you know what? It seems shallow, but I'll say, find out my girl can cook.
I mean, that ain't shallow. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah,
That's like one of the first things. Don't she got like a cooking like TikTok page? My God.
yeah, but we never really had time for her to cook for me or nothing like that.
She ain't cooked for you yet.
Yeah, because we've been out and about around town and stuff like that, and we haven't really had time. Even when we stay together, we stay in hotels and stuff, and the hotel has a set, but you don't want to be like, hey, cook me some damn food.
What Delvin isn't saying, and what he has said, and so tell me, is that he's busy clapping cheeks.
That too.
Like, he's cooking some coochie. He's not cooking no food.
Look, man. Look, when
Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is, when you go so long without a partner that you can consistently have relations with, anytime y'all get together, it's gonna be fireworks. So,
See, told you.
So it's like, but yeah, she cooked Thanksgiving dinner and stuff like that, and she cooked fucking everything. She cooked like well, she didn't. To be fair, she didn't cook the turkey because of reasons. She got a honey baked turkey from the honey baked turkey ham store.
Okay.
Which was really good. You have to reheat that up, and that was really good.
Yeah.
But she did cook crabs.
Nice.
So she made crabs. She made fish. She made collard greens. She made a whole bunch of shit. She made what is it called? Sweet potato casserole. She made so much stuff. Sweet potato pie, and it all was fucking delicious.
Now let me ask you this, because I'm curious. Is seafood for Thanksgiving a Florida thing?
No, it's not. But
Okay.
she kind of does her own thing. Because she was having so many people over, she wanted to give as much variety as she can. Plus, she doesn't eat pork. So she doesn't eat ham or nothing like that. So
Fuck with it.
Does she not eat pork because IQ told her not to?
Probably. Probably.
But also fuck you.
So she kind of puts other things that are substitute for it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, just to make it a more well-rounded meal.
Yes. So
Nice.
She had snapper there. She had she had crabs and stuff like that. Like, what are they? King crabs, I think they're called?
Yeah, the big legs.
Yes. And I was like, this shit is delicious.
Yeah, man, crab is so good. Do you eat crab tea? You eat shellfish?
I do. I focus. I get down some king, and regular if it come down to it, some snow crab. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
And then I ate there. She cooked did good. And I guess I'll tell this little small story. I don't like telling this story, but I will because it's interesting. So I leave her house and I'm going to go take my kids, go pick up my kids, take them to their in-laws. But I stopped to the gas station, and this goes back to the old So Tell Me / Delvin Cox Experience stories from the back in the day.
Okay. Let me just settle in real quick.
It's not bad. It's quite good. The guy who gave me the Jordans was there.
Oh, the homie.
I always see him. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Hey, bring me some food on your way back." I said, "Bet." So I went over there. The kids were having fun with their cousins and stuff like that. Then
Mhm.
when we left, I carried a giant plate of our Thanksgiving food and gave it to them.
Nice.
Nice.
It was like by the time we got home, it was like 12 o'clock.
Mhm.
But I made sure I went and dropped off where he was at and gave it to him. Like, hey, here go your food, man, and dropped him off some money. Say happy Thanksgiving, bro.
Yeah, because that's your neighborhood homie.
Yeah, gotta look out for your people, man.
Yeah. At that too, you know what? If you're good to the streets is good to you.
As a fact,
You know, something you need to know.
look
Something
out
you
for your people in
need
the
to
hood.
know.
They look out for you.
Yep.
Keep
Nah.
your car from getting robbed. Keep
Right.
things from happening to you.
They might sit on your hood, but you know what? Your car's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. If you look out for your people in your neighborhood, they'll look out for you.
Yeah. No, that's good though, man. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, because I did forget that she was cooking up on TikTok. So, you know, the fact that you got to like take some time, have a cooked meal. I don't think it would you say was shallow or superficial? No, not at all. I mean, especially too, shit, that's like a love language, you know?
Yeah,
Like she's like, oh, you know what? I'm setting you up. Like she feeding you and feeding your soul. Like that's huge, man. So
yeah,
I'm
it
happy.
is.
I'm happy to hear that.
And it's cool. It's funny because her family's ready. They like, hey, I think this is gonna be your husband.
Oh,
they keep.
So when
at it.
when is her granny getting your granny's number?
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Because oh shit, when they go on a cruise together, it's a wrap for you.
I don't need them gossiping about me about us on a cruise. Like, nah, that sounds like terrible. But they already talking. She like her mom already telling her, where your husband at? When he coming back over? Like,
Wow.
I'm like, babe, it's only been it hasn't even been a year yet. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, like I just barely met your daughter today. Easy.
Yeah, like,
yeah, I just barely met your badass fucking grandson.
Yeah. Badass kid.
You don't let him be the fucking ring bearer. He's gonna chuck him or pawn him. Either way.
Chuck that ring over a balcony.
Be like, you motherfucker, what are you doing? What's up with you, T? What's your good to great?
I was over here trying to dig up the actual information about him. My kid is in like his brother before him is in the honor choir, and I know that's like, well, why is that a big deal? Well, it's because it's like only a few kids in it.
I say the elites.
Yeah, like the best of the best, and then they narrow down, you know what I'm saying, the best of the best along with other people, other high schools and schools around the district, and they all come together and they do this amazing performance. And they do this performance this year, bro. It had your boy in tears. It was so good. And then the lady they brought in to do conducting for him is she teaches at the Ohio State University, so you know what I'm saying, she's a high-end lady. Yeah. But she does a couple of video game joints. She does a song from Civ, one of the Civilization games.
Civ 5?
Can't tell you. Yeah. I was looking for the program, and it's in here, but it's not, you know, here.
Yeah.
I can't hear myself. Okay. And but she also got a song from BioShock.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
So she was like, look, I'm telling you right now, look, I came here, traveled up here, you know, for this concert, and I forgot my hairbrush, but I remember my Nintendo Switch, and I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, this is my people.
Like, I already banged with you, but they do these amazing selection of songs. Cool. And like I said, these are the best singers in this part, this district, the state district, and so forth and so on. So they sound so good, and I just was like so taken aback by it. And my little knucklehead boy be on some bullshit, especially lately. But I sent y'all the picture. He brought me home straight A's. He in honors choir, about to start back up in lacrosse. So how can I be mad when everything you supposed to be doing right, you're doing right? So
yeah, you can still say you're frustrating the shit out of me, but I'm proud of you.
Exactly. The exact words your boy had to be using sometimes, man.
Because I mean, in a similar way, like my son is really he's really trying hard this year, and not trying hard because he can't do it, but he's having conversations where like if he didn't do well on a test, he's going to talk to his teacher. Like he's advocating for himself.
Yep.
Without coming home and being like, oh, the stupid ass teacher, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, I went to talk to my science teacher today. My science teacher is going to cut me some slack. Because I've told him, like, what goes further than money is social capital. You build relationships, damn. that's when you get the hookups. That's when someone goes, you know what? Because you talk to me, that's the difference between the A and the B, you know? But except for one class, he's got all A's. The other one's a B. And he's fucking hustling. Drives me insane every day, fights with his mom nonstop. But it's like, you know what? You are really like, you really learned and you're really listening and you're really trying. And that's huge.
Good job.
But you're still paying the ass.
Yes.
He's learning.
Good Lord. And so I guess, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is to be a parent. And we celebrate the milestones and the greatness and still be like, but you know you fucking up. But truly it was amazing. Like I said, they did they did some Bob Dylan song to close it out. And I'm just sitting there like, you know what? I can actually, because I of course videotape, so I can actually I can play a little bit of it. I'm saying let's not get claimed, although I guess it's a choir, so
yeah.
But let me see.
Well, while you're looking for that,
oh no, it's right here. We'll fast forward a little bit.
All right, it's like, yeah, I didn't hear anything. It just went brr, brr, brr.
Yeah.
You hear it all?
No.
We don't hear anything.
Man, it's so good too.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Man, it's loud. It's so loud in my head. It's so funny.
0, yeah. Now, do you sing? Like, where do your kids get this vocal ability from?
I can sing a little bit, but nothing great. Their mom sang, so it says that them chops is in them. But also, they can sing, kind of a natural ability. Sure, they're trained. They go to art school, and art school teaches them and trains them on how to work that voice and so forth.
But to get into honors, you got to have some. You can take a lot of training, and still be a terrible chef.
For sure. But,
so it's like there's also got to be that natural hand in there, that natural ability to be like, but this is what separates you from the pack.
Yeah, the times they are changing is the name of the song. Couldn't remember it, but now I just did as I heard the song, it pinged in my head. And bro, I'm sitting there filming it right now, and I try not to I'm not trying to be this guy. I try to just I set the camera basically, and I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the performance myself. I'm just basically filming it so basically I can send it to my mom at some point.
Yeah, to document.
And I'm sitting there, bro, and I'm just running down my face, bro. I'm just like, I'm like,
just super proud.
It's a beautiful, I'm super proud. It's a beautiful rendition of the song. All these children are just singing their ass off.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, everything about it was just wonderful, man. And
that's amazing.
Wild proud of my kid on that shit, man. Again, like I said, I found it funny that both him and his brother have both managed to get in the honors choir. And I'm like, that's pretty dope. Like, same choir teacher, Miss Raina Brooks. Respect to her because she's dope with hers, man. So I love it, and I thought it was both good and great. So I thought I'd share it with you, the listener, and of course with my homeboys here. So
I love that. That's so good because like that kind of is like that's part of that. Like when you talk about like filming it and just like being emotionally connected to it is something I think I talked maybe in the last episode or episode before that, where it's just like. Honestly, just really trying hard to be like more present, you know, and just the subtlety of like, I'm not watching the show through my phone.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it through my own eyes and seeing it unfold in front of me as opposed to like looking through the phone, looking at the performer. I'll record it, but I can share it later. But for the most part, like I need to be here. I need to be in the room. Because there's something about taking it in through your own eyes. It's a much more like intimate experience.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Sometimes you gotta live in the moment. That's all too.
Yeah. Because I've been trying to like, especially with like this stuff I've been going to, I've been like documenting a lot less and just being like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of times you record a bunch of shit and then never look at it again. You know?
Facts. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Like if you, we all got our own personal YouTube page that kind of comes with us. But you go back and look to my YouTube page, it's like the two of the videos I have with the most views are one is my son when he's itty bitty playing Wii boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But then another one is me years ago at this point. Souls of Mischief came through and did 93 Till Infinity, the whole album. And so I got some of 93 Till Infinity. I filmed some of that and I have it and I love it. But this is like, I'm not going back to watch that video, but it's there. It's out there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
there. If you wanted it, you got it. I need to find a better way to like organize my videos too, because there's so much shit on my phone, and it's just, space over space over space. And I'm like, sometimes when I'm looking for something, I'm like, fuck, I cannot find this thing.
I mean, you can make folders.
Yeah, but now it's making the time to make the folders.
Yeah.
So that's
you got a little Christmas break time coming up here, man. See, one day, just set it aside and be like, all right, this folder making day. We're going to make folders and move some shit over.
Oh, let me tell you, there are like 25 empty folders on my phone because I have said I'm going to do this. I made folders. I made them. I didn't move shit, but I made them. So, it is what it is. But that kind of ties into our topic too. Or what's up with that topic?
Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? He said, she said, we said, he said, what up with that?
So we got a suggestion from Coach Mo in the PSVG Cadillac on Mars Discord, and he was talking about he said he could put a new engine in a car and it'll just it moves. It's like if time just was went super fast. And he's like, but what's up with doing something like that you enjoy? Whereas he's like, what's up with me having to put tile in my house and it just takes fucking forever. He's like, it's just it's unenjoyable. And I was like, oh, I can work with this because it's like what's up with trying to find those moments, those times where it's just this is amazing. And why do they go so short? Why is it just wait, it's done?
Yeah.
God, I was having the best time. I was having the best moment. And it's oh God, why does time do that? Time's a real motherfucker, what's up with time? And I ain't talking about Morris Day, respect.
Ice cream castles in the summertime. If you know, you know.
So good, dude. It's so good. Well, time is a real motherfucker. I don't know. How do you feel time affects you guys?
Oh, it's the worst. I am on a one-man mission to stop time.
Okay.
I wish that I can it's crazy because as I always feel like I don't have enough hours in the day because there's always something to do and there's always something to try to get done, and I always feel like I'm not getting enough accomplished to get through the day.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm watching time tick down.
Yeah.
And now I'm about to get a little deep, but you're watching I have anxiety about it, a deep anxiety about watching damn, I'm 43 now. I'm going to be 44, 45. I mean, I only got maybe 20, 34 more years, 50 more years of life left. And sometimes that paranoia of watching and thinking about you only got X amount of years left in life because life is finite.
Yes.
To get what you want to get accomplished or to enjoy those moments. That kind of messes with me a little bit sometimes. And I think that's kind of the thing about time. On the micro level, it's you know what? I have a lot of stuff to do throughout the day, and it's never enough time to do it. Like you were saying, moments I need to lay down tile, certain projects in the house I want to get fixed. But at the same time, hey, I need to hop on this podcast and do these things, or I need to edit a podcast, which also takes time, or fix the levels and stuff like that. It always just seems like it's never enough time to get what you want to get done. And then when you have the moments when you can sit back and relax and decompress, it seems like that time goes like that.
Yeah. Because in that same tone, I've always, even with my own staff or any staff I've worked with, I've always been very upfront with I don't live to work. I work to live. Now, that doesn't mean I'm doing the most adventurous shit and that every moment is I'm out of work and now I'm wilding out in these streets. No, it just means I do this so that I can afford for my family to do the things they want to do, so that my son can record his songs, so that my daughter can get her makeup, so that my wife can do her exercises and beauty things. And it's like, I do this so that I can do that, because I don't want to be at work. I fucking hate working. Like, I want to win the lotto and not work, and then just be like, this is tight. But I mean, I enjoy my job. I definitely do, but it doesn't define who I am. Like, it does trip me out. Like, with the people I was sitting with before we went to the movie premiere, one of the girls asked, she's like, "So what do you do?" And I was like, I was about to tell her, and then another girl goes, "Why don't you guess what he does? Because you're like not gonna guess." And they were like, "Oh, you're probably like you probably do something like in legal, like you're probably like a lawyer." And I was like, "Nope, far from it." And they're like, "Oh, you probably like run a business." I was like, "I mean, I kind of run things, but not a business." And so then they're like, "Tell me." And I was like, "I guess the best I can give you is like public service." And they're like, "Oh, you're like a social worker, or you're this." It still was like in that realm. District attorney. I was like, "No, elementary school principal." And so then one of the girls goes, "Wow, like I wish you were my elementary school principal, because like that would have been so much fun." And it blows my students' minds when I tell them, like, "Oh yeah, I went to a concert, or we bought Legos, or we were playing Fortnite," like, because I want people to understand, like, just be who you want to be, because that time it goes real fucking quick. And so it's like, do the shit you like, do the stuff you want to do, take a nap if you want to fucking take a nap, but just do it on your time. Do your time the way you want to do your time. Don't live it for other motherfuckers, you know? And the sad part is sometimes you're going to have to lay tile and be like, this shit sucks. So, I don't know. What's your take on time, T?
I laugh at how fast it seems to be going. It will have been 30 years since I graduated high school next year. Years. 30.
Crazy.
My God.
I mean, same for me, because you and I are both 75 kids.
Yeah. And so it's just, it's wild. And we'll get to when we talk about what we plan, what we spending it, but it's like 30 years since Midnight Marauders, 30 years since Enter the Wu-Tang, 30 years since Doggy Style. And it's just like,
really is crazy how wild, like, how impactful 93 and 94 were.
Yep.
Like, what a time to be alive.
Yeah. And so it's funny to look up and just be here, man. Like I said, my kid will be 20 next month. Yeah. Well, the month you hear this, I'm saying a week after you hear this episode, my kid turns 20 years old, man. That means my friendship with Gabriel is 20 years old. That means the Black Album is 20 years old.
Right.
Because all these things associated at the same time. Because how I met Gabe is he came to work where I work. He was my replacement. He was my stand-in while I was on parental leave. So I had to teach him my job and stuff like that. And right around the time that happened, Jay-Z dropped the Black Album because he was retiring. And I was taking leave because my kid was about to be born. So it's like, it's crazy how that shit just plays itself out. Yeah. And so I look at it both like, damn, but also fascinated. And I don't trip about death and so forth and so on, because when it's time, it's time. I don't want to leave early. I don't want to leave having not prepared people for my leaving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I hope I have that opportunity, but I'm also, like I said, I'm not saying Delvin is tripping. I'm saying I just don't trip off of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tripping.
It is.
No. And I think at some point we all in some way or somehow like digest that moment. I know for me, it was like in my mid 30s, because I was very fearful of 40s. And then when I got to my 40s, I loved it.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, you know what, 40s are actually fucking right on.
It's when I came to terms with myself as a person, and I got real fuck you 40s is what I call it. Mm-hmm. Like all of a sudden I just could not be bothered with what the world thought.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna do it. I like that. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. And so oddly enough, my partner, who was younger than me, oftentimes thinks, well, what if they looking at me? What if they doing that? What if I'm like, the reality of it is nobody's looking at you, because everybody's the star of their own show. And they don't give a fuck about you. They just don't.
Yeah. And even aside from that, and if they are looking, the likelihood of you seeing them again is very slim.
Slim to none.
Correct. Yeah. So it'd be just like, all right, look, like, which also funny side note, my wife just got glasses for the first time in her life.
Oh,
And she never had them before. And she looks great in them. Like the ones she chose, they're fantastic. Like she looks amazing in her glasses. But she's always worn sunglasses. And so she's like, it's fucking her up because she's like, now I can't stare at people because I can stare at people with sunglasses because they can't see my fucking eyes. She's like, but she's already been caught a couple of times staring at somebody, and she's like, oh fuck, you can see my eyes.
She has to get some prescription shades. That way,
Right,
she's
exactly.
you
covered.
get transitional lenses like I got.
No,
That's all.
she said, you wear transitional lenses, you're a fucking nerd. I have
Nope.
transitional lenses. She's mad. She's like, they're so stupid. I'm like, hey, listen, when you wear glasses all the time, sunglasses aren't always an option. But when they transition,
Exactly.
perfect.
Yep.
But now,
Y'all gotta understand, listeners, how, and I say this and it's gonna sound fucked up and twisted a little bit, but no, I want you to take this with all positivity. Chaufie's wife is cartoonishly beautiful.
yes, very
It's
much so.
illogical how lovely she is. You know what I'm saying? And then she married that dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. He's right, but
Well,
I'm not gonna say it.
And you know, the funny thing too is like everyone fucking kind of knocks it. My wife is always just like, she'll tell people straight up. And it's one of those things that's like gets thrown back at her because she'll be like, oh yeah, he has no game. Like he doesn't know how to spit game at all. And the response to her is usually, but he's got you. So
He needs no game
yeah.
because
I peep what's going on here.
because this is who he has on his arm, and it's like you say, she puts in a picture of her in her glasses, kind of like mad about the glasses. I'm like, you should be modeling glasses.
Right.
What the fuck are we talking about here?
Look,
Yeah.
look.
Like, how is this a concern? Like, what I want to constantly say to her, and I tend to just listen more, but it's like, why are you always tripping? Like, what is wrong with you?
But yo, Cali is different like that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's got a vibe to
It's
it.
true.
Women constantly must worry about their looks and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's in an industry that kind of requires it too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like it's wild dope that she is who she is, but then it's also like I can see why it brings concern to, you know what I'm saying?
No,
And so,
definitely.
yeah, bro. It's just like, y'all, it's just I'm like, the Chaufie my man. That's my $100 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never believe you pulled this chick.
Yeah.
Ever.
Damn, man.
Look.
You know, now I'm offended, man. What are you trying to say?
Hey, yo.
Chaufie,
You know it like I know it. You know it in your soul that you know it. You're like, man,
Chaufie.
you're right. I came up.
Chaufie, look, brother, I can relate with you on this because I know,
Yeah, because Delvin's chick hot as balls too.
and I know how I got her because I'm packing. So I have a suspicion my dog Chaufie is laying the wood. Good job, my brother. Because my girl would tell you in a heartbeat.
He fucked real good. Fair enough. Take that and ride out with it, gentlemen. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with that, we'll transition to the next topic. As it goes into continuing with games, what you playing.
No games like this nigga playing.
Hey, anytime, I'm just saying, anytime you look at a girl and you look at a guy, you're like, damn, how did he get her? It's in the pants. Like like they say with the Jordan, it's in the shoes, it's in the pants.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that because like you ever get like the TikToks where it's just a segment of a podcast?
Yes.
And so one of the ones that was on was like one of the ladies was talking about how she has like typically what's considered like average boyfriends. Okay. And then people are like, oh, you're way out of his league or this and that. And she's like, what people don't understand, she's like, is like the regular guys, like the average guys, since they're not like born with the height or the handsomeness or the whatever, she's like, it's all in the personality and in the confidence because they have to build character. She's like, these other guys, they don't have character. They don't have personality. So when you talk to them, they're like, I mean, I guess whatever, like there's no substance. She's like, but you talk to the regular guys. She's like, they got stories, they got adventures.
Hear that, Dev? They got no goddamn substance.
And you're short.
I mean, hey, I would never describe either y'all as regular anything. Y'all real special dudes with your own special vibes. Y'all, it's just what it is, man.
Yeah.
So don't ever take that on small. I'm just regular dude with a real attractive lady. Nah, son. You're amazing, and y'all both are amazing in your own right. And I fuck with y'all the long and the short way. Y'all my peoples, and it's dope. And if anything, extra dope. Y'all got, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got lovely ladies, so that's fly.
So it's a win all around. It's a win all around. But so this time we will transition.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna jump into these video games too.
It's my nigga wrote trash.
He really did.
That's what I've been playing. I haven't had time to play anything good. So I've been playing trash. I only play one thing trash, and it's that Walking Dead Destiny's game, and it's fucking awful.
Yeah, that game looked awful. Wow.
It is so bad.
Like out the gate, I was just like, you guys didn't even try. Like they went back to like the GTA 3 fucking polygon characters.
Yes.
They're just like where the hands are just one solid hand.
Yes. It's so bad.
You be too sweet trying to give things the benefit of the doubt, and they just be undeserving of it, Delvin, man.
This is the thing.
It does.
I love Walking Dead. And on paper, this is the Walking Dead game I wanted. Like a game that you can that's a mix of the State of Decay and the Walking Dead series.
Mm-hmm.
But they just said, we're going to tell you it's that, but it's going to be none of that at all.
No, they sold you the derpy version where they were like, okay, everything was CGI in the trailer. The game? Okay, so everything was CGI in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's where the budget was.
It's like, and see, I can't even get mad because it's like, if you would have asked me, does the game work? Like functionally? Like, yeah, it works. Like if I press up,
you're like, listen, up. It ain't E.T. from Atari.
Yeah, it's like if I press right, he moves right. It's not like he's glitching out or nothing like that.
Yet.
But it's just so bad.
Damn.
Like, I've never played a game like, the zombie games. I never played a zombie game where the zombies are literally no threat. Like, all I have to do is I can go to a herd in the game, a herd of zombies, and just hit 2 buttons and kill each one of them like that. It's not even an issue. I don't worry about, I can just go around with a shotgun, just shoot as many bullets as I want to. Like, this is supposed to be The Walking Dead. You're not supposed to be able to take out zombies this easy.
Yeah.
Nah, this game is awful.
That does sound like trash.
It is, but I'm having so much fun because it's so bad. It's so bad, it's enjoyable.
And yeah, sometimes that's kind of true because then it's just like, I got no expectations and I got 5 minutes to burn, 15 minutes to burn. So I get we're just going to do some dumb shit.
I'll just put it to you this way. Have both of you seen the Walking Dead series, right?
Yeah.
Like the first season.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so the funny thing about this game is, and one of the things that kind of hooked me on wanting to play this game, is it's a retelling of the first 4 seasons of the show, but the difference is, in pivotal moments of the show, you can pick to change what happens.
Okay.
Like, for example, in the big fight between Rick and Shane, you can pick Shane and kill Rick off and continue the story as Shane.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so you can make like a parallel, you could split the timeline.
Exactly. So this is the funny one. The game, one of the first choices in the game, I can't believe this is a real thing. I can't believe they thought this was a real good idea. I don't know who made this game, but they thought this was a real good idea. One of the first choices in the game is you can choose to either side with T-Dog or Merle.
What?
Exactly. Now, if you Walking Dead fans, if you remember that beginning scene on the roof with T-Dog and Merle, there's no reason that you want to side with Merle.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah. Take
it back. If you are part of the MAGA-loving crowd.
Yes. If you voted for a certain gentleman a while back, I can see you siding with the racist white man who said the N-word on the show. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, let's hear him out.
They're like,
Yo,
let's hear him out.
let's hear him out. That's what the game literally tells you.
What did you say earlier? It's good people on both sides.
Just give me on both sides. Like, why would I pick this? Why would you even give me the option to pick this?
You're like, I need to see the percents, like, on The Walking Dead, the Telltale games give you like 90% chose this.
Chose
10%
this.
I need to know what's the percent that chose Merle.
Yeah, I want to see the ones who was like, nah, Merle kind of right.
Right.
yo, let me see.
It's all 100% of Alabama chose Merle.
Yes.
You're like,
I need to see who did this so I can immediately unfollow y'all on whatever social media platform you're on.
That might be a show title too. 100% of Alabama chose Merle.
If you fuck The Walking Dead, just go read the books instead.
Books are great. Books
you'll be better for it.
Telltale series is excellent.
Yeah,
it is. But I'm telling you right now, it ain't nothing like them. That
books are great.
The shit that went down in the comics is way doper and way more grisly than anything that the show could have pulled
and just
off.
the way it's drawn, it's like two art styles came together perfectly.
It's very kinetic.
Yeah,
it has a movement to it, to its art that I fuck with, man. So
let me ask you this, T. Which do you fuck with more? Because I don't know if people know this. They're re-releasing the comic series now, but in color.
I would never.
Black and white. Black and white's
no,
better.
But because like I said, I've seen. It's at one point that a woman turns around, pops a woman who is holding a baby in her arms in the comics.
Yes.
I don't need to see that in color.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, you know what it is too is that it's that the black and white. It's not to say that because I have seen a couple of images of the color. The color isn't bad.
Yeah, it looks good,
but it's that the black and white brings drama. It's kind of like, did you guys ever see when they did the first season of The Walking Dead in black and white?
That was great.
That was a whole different type of show, like way more like tense.
Okay,
so it makes sense. Like when you're absence of the color, it's just now you're focused on what's on the screen as opposed to like the brightness and the sensory.
Yeah.
How about you, T? What are you playing?
Quick, let's run it down. Super Mario Wonder. I'm still on that. I played and beat A Short Hike on Game Pass. Real fun game. I would tell you to play it. Cocoon. If you like puzzle games like Inside and what's that one joint?
Braid?
No, not Inside. It's the other one, like the Little Nightmares.
No, fuck, bro. The same company made Inside made.
Oh yeah, they did make another one.
That black and white joint.
Yes.
You're talking about with the spider.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of it right now.
Wow, it's not coming to me. Well, anyway, they made a new game, Cocoon, on Game Pass. Fantastic. Probably
you play as old people.
No, you play as
only child
bug.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so it's not tied into Cocoon the movie from like the
no, it is not. I got the reference.
I knew where Dumb was going. I was like, dumb motherfucker for here, man.
Old white people.
Ain't no one getting a Cocoon reference.
It's dope. You should play it, and I 1,000-pointed that bad boy, so I'm on it. I finally, and I'm telling you right now, my kid pointed out to me the other day that it was still in the plastic, and because I've had it since last Black Friday when deals actually existed. I unwrapped and loaded up and started playing God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
And boy, howdy is it good, but boy, howdy does it tell me something about PlayStation as overall as a company, and that is all their games is kind of real to samey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's climbing.
Yes.
It's swinging. It's
a few quick times.
Playing as a single player game, but really got you have a second character with you who always helps you do stuff. It's lifting something where you lift something and then they help you lift it and then they all go through and do the same thing. And I'm just like, is every PlayStation game like this? And now it's really got me thinking. That hit me the other day, and I've been really churning on it now. And I'm like,
it's funny you say that because it hit me on God of War as well, where I was just like, oh, fuck. I know games are built on formulas.
Yeah.
But this is a platform in terms of Sony PlayStation formula. They're just like, let's reskin this and turn it into whatever.
I think it's certain ones. It's the Uncharted series, The Last of Us, and God of War adjacent.
Spider-Man has its own version of it. Plus, you know what I'm saying? Again, the swinging and shit like that there. It's just a part of it. Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, same
With the
thing.
climbing.
Climbing,
Mhm.
swinging.
I think
Yeah.
Ghost of
Archery.
Tsushima was a little deep different. That's
Sure.
what
Yeah, I
think
mean, there's
stands out.
variants in between,
Yeah.
but it's the core mechanic is like it's the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. The animation of going through cracks in the walls and shit like that there. They
Cracks
all
in the
seem
walls,
to use the same
something,
thing.
Something big environmental falling on you.
Yes. They all seem to use it. It's not even just that they're the same. I think they use some of the same rigging.
Probably.
And so, like, I'm like, is this what? And then I start questioning. I'm like, okay, so what am I being sold here? I go, I guess I'm being sold stories. If you look at it in one way, so that it is quite interesting in that regard. But then I'm like, if I'm just playing the same goddamn game over and over again, am I doing anything special at all?
Right.
And it really started. It started eating at me tonight as I was playing through it. So I started writing it down. But that's one thing. Also, I am playing Monopoly Go. Anthony put me onto it, put me and Box onto it, and a homie Nick Jew, and that shit shoot it in my fucking veins.
Okay, I've heard you guys talk about it. What is it? Like, I know nothing about
It's
Monopoly
a goddamn
Go.
slot machine. It's just lies. Don't do this to yourself. But then I kind of want all y'all to do it because it's kind of that good.
I don't know,
bro. It's like in your mind you're thinking, I don't like playing Monopoly. They ain't trying to sit around playing Monopoly.
I love Monopoly.
That's why I'm interested. But when Ant was talking about like people come and steal his shit at night, I was like, what kind of hood ass Monopoly fucking money laundering operation is this?
Man, I'm telling you right now, I don't want you to, but I want you to download it and play it and be like, oh, okay, I see what it is. And like I said, when last I talked about it, I was at like level, like let's say 300. I'm at like level, I'll tell you right now.
This fool's gonna say 3,300.
It's not that high, but it ain't that low.
There you go.
I'm at level 2,000.
Oh
Lordy.
Damn. He said he went from 300 to 2,000. Wow.
Christ.
They have these events. So that's always neat, man. And you're doing these events. You can trade like stickers with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so if you trade stickers, you get more rolls in the game. Because the whole thing you want to do, you want to keep them dice rolling. It's a goddamn slot machine, bro. It's a goddamn slot machine.
You know what? That's what man. Oh, so what we've learned again, this is how they come for the community. They know we love rolling dice. You just said it was dice rolling. Boom.
There you go.
Damn.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
Right, huh?
The bones.
7 come 11. Damn, that's fucked up.
What you playing, old man?
Oh, what am I? Man, you caught me mid-text. I'm trying to download this Monopoly Go.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna send you an invite. Because then we both get some dice.
Okay.
This sounds like an addiction.
Right.
It's terrible.
No.
It's cracking. I shouldn't be playing it. Invite.
Currently downloading. All right, we'll see what this is about. On my end, what have I been playing? Okay. Yeah, still kind of chipping away at Mario Wonder. I am playing this game so differently than I've played any other Mario game in that I shit you not, I'm still in the first stages. I just keep playing the same fucking level over and over because I'm like, I think there's something like up here. I know nothing's there, but in all the gaming sort of experience I've had, something is up in this top corner and something's down in this. I know something's down in this bottom corner over here. So I've just been playing the same fucking level over and over. Whereas usually, like any other Mario game I've played before, next level, World 1-1, World 1-2, World 1-3, World 1-4, 2-1, and repeat process. This, I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? Just the same thing over and over, just trying to get better at it or trying a new strategy. Yeah. That's been a ton of fun. I finally picked up the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC because PlayStation had it on sale. So I think it was like for $11, $12. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I can get that. I have it loaded, just haven't played it yet. Picked up the new Call of Duty. That game When Delvin said trash, it's funny because I had put this Call of Duty is trash. Like
Wow.
this Call of Duty, in my opinion, is disrespectful to gamers.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
because, okay, the story, I'm not going to finish it. Like, I got to the part where it kind of gives you that, like, it's the Warzone level. And then I was like, this sucks. The animation looks terrible. It breaks the story where it's just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't want to play. If I want to play Warzone, I will play Warzone. It's like, it's the same as playing zombies. I don't need zombies in the main story. I'll go play fucking zombies. I'll get there when I get there. But
Yeah.
this Call of Duty is really bad. Like, just the storyline isn't good. The structure isn't good. And this isn't even that whole thing of like, oh, we're using the same assets. It's like, yeah, no, duh. Like, that's kind of always been a thing Call of Duty does. But where this is lazy in that, like, the multiplayer, yeah, it's Call of Duty multiplayer, but it is all old maps. Like, where it's like, okay, come on, you just reskin the old maps. And some of these are distinctly like old maps where I remember, like, in interviews of like the Robert Bowling era where they were like, yeah, we don't use this map anymore because people always downloaded it and people didn't like it. And so now you never see it in rotation anymore. And then I'm like, this is the one you brought back? The one that people said was sucked? So it's just like, what did you guys do? You're charging full price for this fucking game? Nah, this is disrespectful. This is disrespectful to the consumer.
Once, I'm saying my story with it. Once I installed the game and tried to boot it up, and they were like, you got to install the game again. I'm like, nah, fuck off.
Nope.
Not doing this. Not doing this again. You already got 100 gigabytes in my system. You told me, oh, we got to add 50 more.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Well,
no.
that and the whole, like, the hub system they're going for, I don't like it either. It's just like, I want to be able to delete the old game, install the new game, and still not have fucking like 16 different panels. Like, I want to be able to say campaign, game, zombies, Warzone. Like, let me pick from those instead of like, oh, you still want to play Warfare 2? You want to play Vanguard? You want to play this? You want to play? No, motherfucker, I want to play this one. Like, just this one. So
Yeah.
the interface is all convoluted. That it's kind of like, what is it? The snake eating its own tail. It's
Ouroboros. Yeah.
It's fucking up. Like, this one is a mess, and it's just like, yeah, you guys really
It feels like they want to ruin it before they sold it.
Yeah.
Like, just like a poison pill. And I'm like, no, bro, don't rush to put this shit out that we normally get 2-3 years between.
Yeah, this wasn't, it just wasn't good. It just is like, it's really, really bad. Like, for me, the worst Call of Duty was, in terms of single player story, was Ghosts. Like, I felt like the Ghost one it didn't have a good story, wasn't written well. Just didn't. This makes Ghost look like a fucking masterpiece. Like, it's
fucked up.
I'm telling you.
Modern Warfare 3, as this is supposed to be, was so good back in the day.
Mhm.
And then they're gonna do this bullshit.
Yeah, this is like,
I want to play Vanguard. I never played the story in Vanguard, so I enjoy Vanguard.
I'll tell you this, like, especially if you can catch it on a deal right now, it's a good story. I like the story. It's got good plot twists as well. You know what this feels like? This is like when you, like, your mom didn't want to buy you the new album at like the record shop, so then you went to the swap meet to pick up the bootleg. But then the bootleg was just like, this is not Eazy-E. This is like Ralphie E. Like, this is not, this is different. Like, something's wrong here. That's what this is. This is the cornball version where I'm like, man.
Fair.
Fuck, it's so bad. It's so bad. And this isn't even me just being like, oh, it's fucking echo chamber. That's what all the reviews are saying. No, this is me telling you. I like the stories. I like the single player. I always finish single player and then I go right into the multiplayer.
Exactly.
It's not it. This is really, really bad. I don't need a Warzone tutorial. I don't want it. I didn't ask for it. it, like I said, it breaks the story. Give me the fucking story. That's what the Modern Warfare like story arc is really good. So
Yeah.
let's continue it. I don't need this. Like, I don't know. It's bad. It's super bad. I don't even talk about it anymore. Let's get into what you watching. What are you watching, T?
I am watching Scott Pilgrim Takes Off on Netflix. It is amazing.
Yes, it
That's
is.
good.
It's
I'm
really
enjoying
good.
Brings back the whole cast of the movie, doing
Mhm.
to do voice work. It is fantastic. It is Brian Lee O'Malley who wrote the original graphic novels back. Edgar Wright back on production and direction, and it's fantastic. You need to watch it, and it changes right off the first episode. You'll go through everything you think you know about Scott Pilgrim, and then all of a sudden, oh nope.
Yep.
I'm a zig on you when
Yes.
and it's fantastic. You should be watching it. Doctor Who's back. Doctor Who, the first of 60 anniversary specials came out this past Saturday. Russell T Davies back on the mic. David Tennant back in the Visage of the Doctor. Catherine Tate, who played one of his best friends, is back on the show. I was watching it, and it's just getting hyper and hyper and hyper as I kept watching because they had such good fucking shit. They had a disabled character. They had a non-binary character. And I was just like, yo, Doctor Who out here doing the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good. It was so good. It's on Disney Plus. If you're wondering where to watch it in stateside at this point. So it's Disney Plus is who has Doctor Who going forward. Of course, watch the Great British Bake Off because I would do a podcast about the Great British Bake Off. So I'm always on that shit. And unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, my who I thought was going to win it all, Baker, left this the most recent episode. I'm super kind of salty about that. Also on YouTube, I'm begging you to watch it. I'll probably send Chaufie the link. Maybe you can put in the show notes. May the Lord Watch. It's a documentary about the band Little Brother.
Okay.
One of my favorite hip hop groups. It's available. They have it available on their YouTube. It is amazing.
Yeah, you definitely got to send the link on that.
Yeah, it is. It is so good. It's literally about how they formed, how they broke up, and how they came back together, and
came back strong too. Yes. You didn't come back like, hey, we're on some fucking revival shit.
Yeah. And they've been talking about doing this for years. They made like a little shorter version of it some years back. Actually, right around the time May the Lord Watch their album came out. But this is a full blast documentary. It's fantastic. And you need to watch it. You need to watch it. So that's what I've been getting down with.
How about you, Delvin?
Only Scott Pilgrim and Invincible, season 2.
Oh, is it already out?
Yes. Well, the first half of season 2 is out. It's only like 5 episodes, I think.
Okay.
4 or 5 episodes. I think it's 4 episodes. And it's fantastic so far. I think the rest come out in January.
Okay.
But yeah, if you like,
maybe I'll hold tight on that. Wait till the whole thing comes through.
Yeah,
because I really like the first one. The first one was so good.
Yeah, I think it's great so far. I'm enjoying it. Like, it's still bloody violent. I like it a little better than I like The Boys.
Okay.
Because I know people that probably don't compare those shows, but I kind of do because it's
The Boys. They're same vein for sure.
Yeah, the Boys' violence seems a little gratuitous.
Mm-hmm.
At times, where I feel like Invincible's violence seems like it is there to make a point. It's always kind of justifiable in terms of like these people that are not. The villains feel like bigger threats because of the atrocities they're trying to commit. They're out for blood. They're out to kill. And I think watching it in Invincible, it feels more important that these guys get stopped. And
yeah,
you get a better understanding why, okay, Invincible has to put this person down. And what I mean by that, like, if you watch Superman, like you watch Superman cartoon shows or even the comics, while the villains are bad and evil and stuff like that, they don't show how grotesque and how powerful the villain can be and how far they're willing to take it. Whereas Invincible, they'll show you like, no, this guy is horrible and he'll take it to places that you couldn't even fathom. And that's why he has to be put down.
Well, I was going to say, like, I think to contrast the two shows, like with The Boys, it's ego-driven.
Yes.
You know, it's like they're very selfish people. Whereas like with Invincible, it's self-aware. Like they know who they are and what they're doing. And so it's like how you're saying, it's all out in front. The villain is a villain. The good guys are the good guys. And you understand why they function the way they do. And so even though in a lot of ways, yeah, it's gross and it's attacking and it's vulgar, but they play in two different ways, like so distinctly different. Whereas like one is a Tarantino film and one is Jackass. You know, like,
Yeah,
they're both doing
sense.
wild ass shit. It's just way different.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's good. That's a good comparison.
Yeah,
Well,
on my end, I've been watching. Have you guys ever watched Lessons in Chemistry? It's on Apple TV. It's the Brie Larson show.
Brie Larson. I got an advertisement the other day when I was watching. I think I was not watching Apple TV. I was watching some on Apple TV.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's really good. So it's her whole experience where like in the trailer, even with the trailer, the way they sell it, you don't realize like how deep and rich the story is. She starts off as a scientist, in like the fucking 50s or something like that.
Okay.
So it's very much like women don't have a lot of rights and opportunities and things like that. And she's basically supposed to be just, keep her mouth shut and do what men tell her to do, but she's not like that. And then it goes through her building a relationship, and then eventually like gets on like a cooking show. And I'm just giving you barely like the light part of it, but it's like the way the show is written, the way it's shot, the way like everything about it, it's very compelling. Like this is one of those really good shows where it leaves you. If this were the only season, you'd be like, okay, I'm good with it being an only, because it does tell a complete story, but I also still would love a season 2.
nice.
Like it still leaves you wanting more, like, because there's enough questions that you're just like, oh, what about this or what about that? So Lessons in Chemistry, I recommend watching that one. It's a good show. It's really, really good.
I was watching Monarch Legacy of Monsters on Apple TV. It's
that's
very
on my
good.
list.
If you fuck with the Godzilla movies that over the last few years, it's that in that vein, and also basically telling some of that story.
Mm-hmm.
Get down with that it's on Apple TV.
Yeah, that's on my list too. And then on the Whatchu spinning end, Gavin took his first stab into tossing out an EP. So he's got an EP out on his SoundCloud.
Okay.
I believe the EP is called Reality. This one's really interesting because he's been kind of like spreading his wings a little bit, like trying out different like styles, different attempts, even different beat styles, like. So he said this one is already his experimental album, and I was like, you hadn't had a first album. How's this your experimental one? Like, what are you talking about? But just to see the growth that he's like really like that he's been going through, and then just to take the time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this kid probably records like every day in some form or fashion. Even if it's not like a new track, he's tweaking, he's adding sounds, he's building effects. I know right now, I think he's working on a posse cut with his friends, which I said to him because he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna put my friend on this, and my friend like 4 friends or something like that." And I was like, "Oh, you're making a posse cut?" And he was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "That's when you get your people together, and everyone just has their bits, and they're might be all over the same beat, or might be multiple different beats but combined into one." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess it's a posse cut."
Check out the podcast Posse Cut Up episode. Just want to let you know that's out there.
Exactly. So it's just like, man, how you not know about posse cut? Shit. So that was cool.
I'm telling you, I'm not joking. You send me that episode because I talk about the history of the posse cut.
Yeah,
it's a good episode.
I think I should definitely send it his way for sure, because that episode was really good. That's good history. And then Danny Brown's got his new album out as well. Quaranta. It's like 40 in Italian. And this is supposed to be, because like 10 years ago or so, more than that actually, probably, Triple X came out, which was his 30 album. Okay. So this is like the sort of bookend to that. And this album is like much more mature, less of his sort of like party tracks in a sense, So it's a good contrast to that other album. And some tracks are really like, whereas like in one album, he talks about like on 30, one of the tracks is about like how like growing up in the Detroit environment, and it's like he talks about how it's like field, field, house, house, field, field. He's like, because there's just empty lots. There's no money in it. Whereas in this, he's talking about in this new album, he's got one track where he's talking about how basically city getting gentrified. And he's like, this is a dog park, but that's where the hoes used to kick it. This is a Starbucks. That's what they used to sell dope. Like, what the fuck is like, what happened to my neighborhood? You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's just kind of a trip, but it's a good album, and it's mature. It's like it's really like evolved along the way. So when you listen to that whole arc of his albums, you really do get that sense of like, oh damn, you really like came a long way as an artist, because no two albums are alike. He really does take a chance. Like I said, this one is a much more mature album. But I think my favorite track off the album is Dark Sword Angel. Fuck, that track is so good. And then the other one is I think it's called like Jen's Wonderful Vacation or something like that. That one is tight as well. So I've been listening to that album a ton. But also just really like not listening to a lot of music lately. Jen's Terrific Vacation is the other one. Just kind of been like, because everything's been so busy and like I said, so chaotic, that I've also just been like, I ain't gonna listen to shit. I'm just gonna like, I needed to be quiet for a while. So that's where I've been. How about you, T? What you been listening to?
Okay, Moonchild came up with an EP. It's basically acoustic versions of some of their other songs. It's inspired by their Tiny Desk concert. It's amazing. I got the vinyl. It came on this mint green that I cannot describe, and pictures do it no justice. It's
yeah, you were like, it's like the mint green on like a 57 Chevy.
No. Fowler was a 57 Chevy, but it's not. No, you got to see it. And if you get a chance to see it, you see it in person. I want you to see it. I cannot do it justice. It's gorgeous in color, in build quality, and so on and so on. And it's an amazing record to have. 6 tracks. And if you go look it up on Discogs, I did that.
Nice.
I put that in Discogs. That's me.
Dope.
Your man did that work. Sat there one night and just did it, which is so dumb of me. But there you go. I'm also the dude who will be fixing songs and rap songs. So that's me.
I'm about to send you my phone so you can fix my photo albums too.
I want you to listen to Aesop Rock's newest, Integrated Tech Solutions. Hey, I've been listening to Aesop Rock for, at this point, I can probably say decades.
Oh, yeah.
And this right here is his most, I find it to be his most hip hop of album.
Okay.
Aesop rapping hard as hell in the pocket. Because usually he hit a little off kilter with these super dope hip hop beats and just going buck and wild. And like I'm saying, Rosenberg has played a couple of these on his Real Late over on Hot 97. So like, it's like real like, okay, Aesop is normally just a real underground cat. This right here is some real traditional boom bap hip hop. You should listen to Integrated Tech Solutions, Aesop Rock.
You know what's kind of like, it's nice and it's sad in the sense that like I feel sad for the Rockhams, the Big Daddy Kanes of the world, because I know they're out there, they're getting their tours together, but they're not getting the recognition that they deserve. Or whereas like an Aesop Rock, an LP, a Killer Mike, who are men who are our age or just slightly older than us, and they are putting out critically acclaimed albums. You know what I mean? Not like, well, it's so-and-so's, 17th album sounds just like him. They're like, oh no, I'm still going to flip it. Because when you said Aesop Rock in the pocket, I knew exactly what you were talking about. Because it's like, yeah, he is always a little off to the side or trying something not wildly experimental, but he plays the music, like there's a little artistry in this. But when he's in it, like hip hop in it, unparalleled. It's kind of like I said, go just listen to it. Just listen to it.
I
Trust me.
it. So
Trust me on that one, bro. It's well worth it.
So it's like I'm happy. So I'm happy these vets
are out here doing the damn thing.
I wish the vets, like the vets, still got the same love. But I love that these, like our era vets, are still getting the recognition they deserve, because it's like they're still quick with the tongue, like not
Gen X,
fucking around.
Don't sleep on Gen X. We be out here.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, it's the 30th anniversaries of Midnight Marauders and Enter the Wu-Tang and Doggy Style. All of those have been real fun listens to. Doggy Style in particular, because they've released the 30th anniversary edition of it, which puts back on it its original track listing, meaning you can listen to G's Up, Hoes Down where it's supposed to be on the album.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you ever noticed them saying it goes from like
Yes.
Sam Think You Better Recognize to Pump Pump, and that shit is jarring.
Yes.
Well, it's because a whole ass song that belongs there that got removed after the first pressing because Isaac Hayes publishing was like, nah, you can't clear that sample. But now they've cleared it. It is not the best mastered version of that song, but it's there available. You can listen to it wherever you listen to music at. And G Suppose Down is on there, and it is everything. It is my favorite Snoop Dogg song ever. And I never lost that song. I've always had that song available for me to listen to everywhere, even when it wasn't available on pressings of this release. It's so dope.
What vinyl version did you get?
I have the Final Be Pleased version of it. I want to get the 30th anniversary pressing, but I really just want to go ahead and spend that bread and give me an original pressing of it. But the 30th anniversary release is the one you want to get because, like I said, it has G's Opposed Down.
Yeah, because there's a couple of versions. There's the blue version, a clear version. I know there's a yellowy black one as well.
Yeah.
I better get that.
So get down with the get down, y'all. I'll tell you right now.
Straight up. How about you, Delvin? What you want?
I haven't been playing much lately. Only thing I played was which is weird, but the LL Cool J Phenomenon album. I've been listening to that a lot. Mainly because I've been listening to all the different versions of 4321 because I'm still looking for the elusive version with the original Cannabis verse. Because I've never heard that verse.
Yeah.
Speaking of LL and Cannabis, reminds me, shout out to the episode that you two did on the Delvin Cox experience. I feel like that one's been in the can for a long time too.
It has been.
But
I didn't want T getting the smoke.
No, true. Yeah, let shit simmer down. But this episode was so good, and it's one of those things. I know I've talked to you guys before. Like, I am jealous of people who have like cataloging knowledge or like that barbershop knowledge, where it's like I don't really have the same referential stuff where I can be like, that's like on third album. That's like on. I don't have that. I think also the way I listen to is more like, I don't know. I don't listen that way. And so it's like, but I'm always jealous of the people who can like do the callback, do the like, but do you remember when and do you remember how? Like that shit is like fascinating to me. So when you guys were talking about like LL and Cannabis and like all those things, I was just like, yeah, you guys got to record more on the hip hop end. Like you have really, really good dialogue. I think you definitely kick open a door in a different perspective that also isn't like Fantano style. Like I'm just criticizing music or just you're actually just, you guys speak from the love of hip hop and not just criticizing and like shitting on hip hop.
I was just gonna say I appreciate talking to T because so many times I listen to people talk about hip hop, it's always becomes a conversation about who is better, how is this better, and what's trash and what's that, and why is this the thing. Where talking to T is more like a celebration of hip hop and the music in general, and I think that's a really cool thing. I don't like the Sports Center,
the old head shit,
the old head arguing takes of hip hop. I know a lot of podcasts do that, and that's a cool thing for them, but it kind of gets a little grainy for me. Like, this is why Mobb Deep is better, and this is why Jay-Z sucks. Like, I don't want to hear that right now.
Well, because like T said something on there that was like, and you can fill in the gaps where I'm getting it wrong, but it was something to the effect of like, you said you were an old head who loved the boom bap, but you also said, and it's still out there. And you tossed out artists, like new artists, where you're like Boldy James. And it's like, yes, like straight up. Like, you don't have to be like, music died in 94 and I don't listen to anything past that. Because it's like, if you're not listening past that, like, so you miss the Das Racist Action Bronson era. Like, fuck, that was hot. Like,
Yeah.
so you're not listening to Boldy James? Like, you're kind of missing out.
I
Like,
think it's just
good
'cause people
shit
just
is
don't
out
know.
there. Yeah.
People just don't know. Like people just don't know that people still make classic R&B type music.
Right.
Yeah.
You just have to go out there and look for it now because
Yeah.
it's not on the mainstream necessarily anymore. Because it's a younger generation that's kind of dominates the mainstream. So you got to kind of look for the stuff you want.
Or like,
find
what's
people-
that? What's that one you were talking about? I think on the last episode. I don't know if the song was called Jaguar. What was the one?
Jaguar is the album. The artist is Victoria Monet.
Okay, so
And,
Victoria
yeah.
Monet. What? It was, so we recorded, and then like the week later or the week after that, if you ever listen to the read, they always have their Black Excellence.
Mhm.
And that artist, Victoria Monet, was the Black Excellence. And they talked
yeah.
about how, like, if you've ever heard that, basically they said what you said, where you're like, it was this little interlude that I listened to nonstop to like this album, and they were just like, and I was like, that's what my man said over here. Like, like, you guys listening to us?
I find it. I'm never really in the zeitgeist like this when it comes to music. But Victoria Monet is wildly popular now, and I felt like, and I'm not trying to be that hipster, but I was into her before a lot of people was. And I think it's just dope.
You're like,
I feel
what do you mean?
I think we're getting to a time where the cream is rising to the top of good music.
Yes.
Yes.
Like you're starting to, because if you listen to people talk about music this year specifically, they're like, it's kind of like the stuff that people, the mainstream stuff is kind of lacking for people.
Yeah.
And like they've been saying, like this is the worst year for hip hop and stuff like that. And I don't think that it is. It's just I think the mainstream stuff is just not hitting like the stuff that you have to go out there and look for.
Yeah. Have you guys listened to that interview with Alchemist and Earl Sweatshirt where they were talking about the goat of this and the goat of that, and then there was
where's that?
I have not.
I'll send it to you guys. And then the other one was like the woat, and so Alchemist was like, oh, I'm so tired of people. What is the woat of hip hop? And he was like, oh, people like rapping over their vocal track. He's like, go just do the beat, but you need to sing the track. And so then Earl goes, it's the goat and the woat. He's like, because he's like, it's just a style. It's just it's a genre. It's people just do it. He's like, I might be guilty of that too, or someone else was. He's like, but it really is just about, it's the kid in the room right now that's just, this is all they know, and they're just making shit up, and they're bending the genre, and they're switching the lyrics, and it's like all these different like styles that we don't know about. Like when the shit my son puts me onto, where he's like, oh, do you know of this? And I'm like, never heard of it. And it's just, it fucking blows my mind, because I'm like, I never thought hip hop would go in that direction. Yeah. Like, this is insane, And so it's just like, listen to the music, enjoy it, like have fun with it, and allow it to be what it is. Because if you keep putting parameters on it or even gatekeeping it, then you never allow it to like flourish into what it could be. Exactly. Like, it's nice that rock gets to be these amazing concept albums. We still embrace Dark Side of the Moon. We still embrace Led Zeppelin 4 and Sgt. Pepper. And even coming down to like newer albums where people just love the fuck out of the Foo Fighters. It's like, let it be. Like, let it be what it is. Let it breathe. Let it change. Let it live. You got these festivals coming out where it's just like, yeah, fucking new metal's making a huge comeback, because people are just like, I love this shit. Yeah. Hip hop needs to do the same. Just let people love this shit.
Yeah.
Because then you get more people in the pool. You have a great time, and you realize, listen, I just came to party. That's really what I came to do.
Yeah.
I'm too old to be angry at music. Just like, can I just get down real quick? I just want to sit in the back, have my drink, just nod my head. I ain't trying to, fucking boogaloo shuffle on nobody.
That there, the Shabadoo.
I'm still out here with, these are the brakes.
Looking
Bring
like
it up, bring it
Turbo
up, bring it
from
up,
Breaking.
break down.
With the broom.
Yes, I fucking watched that video like 2 weeks ago because it just popped into my head, and I was like, "Oh shit!" When Boogaloo Shrimp was out here fucking dancing with the broom,
Yeah.
over some fucking what was it, like Kraftwerk, like not even hip hop. I'm pretty sure it was like a German instrumental industrial. Like, damn, you weren't there.
Ooh.
Good time. You know, I think that's a good place to put a pin in it right there. So, you got some homework to do. Number 1, go listen to Kraftwerk. 2, enjoy this hip hop. 3, just do shit that makes you happy, man.
Google Boogaloo Shuffle. That's what you
Yeah, Google Boogaloo Shuffle for
Because
sure.
I'm quite sure no one knows who the fuck that is.
Boogaloo Shrimp. Don't get his name
Boogaloo
right.
Shrimp. Boogaloo Shrimp. Yes. But with that, I got my man's T, got Delvin. I'm Chaufie. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.
What you say, Grandma? Mama.
What?
What you say, Grandma? What you say?
Grandma's not here.